hot?
Fading in right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we're going.
Scalding.
Yeah, it's becoming a common theme there. This is my new producing capabilities. I like to fade it in.
Yeah.
Fade it in. Look at that.
I think this is
Wow.
like only the second time we've had the board filled up,
How
right?
long did it take you to find like your intro song? Like how many intro songs have you all listened to?
Zero.
So-
This was
Yeah.
the only one.
Oh,
For like 2 years, we would just play like a song at the beginning, which is not legal, I think is the
Yeah.
technical term.
Yeah.
So
Against,
legal term.
quote unquote,
legal
against
term.
the law.
Right. Yeah.
Frowned upon.
So we went ahead and stopped doing that, and now our buddy Taylor Carson, he had put together this song, and he sent me the instrumental part so we could just use it as the intro. Not saying the part where he's singing isn't awesome, but it just
Us
happened.
talking's way better.
So yeah, if you ever want to check it out, go find Taylor Carson's song "Moonshiner," and then you'll hear what it sounds like with all the words. Did I finally let
that
the
is
cat
a
out
good
the
song.
bag?
Like
I know Troy
just a couple weeks ago, you're like, I'm never gonna say what song that is. They're gonna have to go find it. All right, well there you go.
Done and done.
That was easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna
Goldfish
Wazam.
memory.
I think most journeys should last about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Now everyone's made it to the end of this journey.
Yeah.
Do you want
Congratulations,
to introduce
everybody.
our guests?
Yeah, so we have a lot of dude. I am.
There's a couple people talking.
That's what happens when you run right into it, though.
Yeah.
That stuff is easily forgotten.
It's easy. Thank you.
Yeah.
Ely's on my side today, which
For a
apparently was
minute or two.
Not
Yeah,
the case.
don't get used to that.
Pump the brakes.
The whole hour leading up to this, I was getting trashed. But no, that's good.
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Glad you have me on my team. So we actually have a lot of people in the house today. We have an absolute packed house. We've got the As Told Over Brunch crew here, which I'm very excited about. And Cazey and Sarah, how are you guys doing today?
Great. Thank you for having
Great.
us.
I'm psyched. We're headed up towards Brunch Weekend. I mean, this is like it's on the horizon. I can
So
see
close, you can almost taste it.
it. So what is it? March 24th?
4th and 25th. Yep.
March 24th
And 2 weekends.
2 weekends.
I love it. And we
I'm
also
excited.
have my dad sitting in. How are you today, man?
Yeah, it's always a good time.
Yeah, to say the least.
Welcome.
To say the least. I think you're the only one who has a beer. Or Troy, is that your
I
beer over there?
grabbed a beer.
Good for you.
I
I
didn't
think-
want the man to drink alone.
I
Good
understand.
man.
Then he picked my
Thanks.
beer up and started drinking it. I was like, hey, that's my beer.
You
That's right. I took them both.
can't hold a good man back.
Yeah.
I like that attitude.
Nope.
So Brunch Weekend is 2 weeks away. It is upon us. Is this the third year here in Richmond?
Third year.
Ely's jumping in.
We have a
Here we
third
go.
beer.
Look at this. Well, then, can I get a beer, dude? Come on.
$1.50.
It's-
I bought them. How this place sucks. So this is the third year that we're doing Brunch Weekend here in Richmond.
Yes.
Correct.
And what's the deal with the Massey Center? How are you guys tied to that?
Yeah. So basically, 3 years ago, we came up with the idea of having brunch weekend. That was to celebrate the brunch scene here in Richmond. And the Massey Cancer Center has a young professional board called the Massey Alliance, and they reached out to us and were like, "We're looking to do a brunch themed fundraiser." And so we basically paired together, and for the last 3 years, we've had this partnership. So 15% of proceeds at any of our 43 restaurants. So you can brunch any of the
That's insane.
Whoa, 43.
43 restaurants.
Jeez.
How many did you have last year?
Last year we had 31, and 2 years ago, our first year, we had 24.
Wow.
Yeah. So we've come a long way.
You guys are crushing it. That is awesome. And
Thank you.
15%
15% of proceeds.
all brunch, or is it
Yeah,
just
all
okay.
brunch.
Well,
And
from those restaurants.
from the
yeah.
43
Yeah, but-
restaurants in
So-
Richmond?
don't go to Waffle House that weekend.
Right,
You
exactly.
won't get anything.
Or you could go to Waffle House, drive down to the Massey Cancer Center, and drop off 30% of your bill.
True.
It'll cost you a little more.
Yeah.
My mom couldn't come last year, so she made brunch for herself and then sent me $5. And she goes, "That's probably about 15%, right?"
That's
and I was
hilarious.
like, "It's really nice that you think your pancakes cost that much
Yeah.
money."
Your math is off,
Yeah.
Mom.
But I'll take it.
And then
Dude,
Sarah,
you
and then
just
Sarah kept
dogged your
that.
mom's pancakes. I think your mom's pancakes
And
are
then
probably
Sarah
worth
kept that
about
$5.
Exactly. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I put in a lot of work here.
So
Blogs don't write
Yeah,
themselves.
this is mine now.
So is it all revenue for the restaurants from that whole weekend, or do you have to say I'm here for brunch weekend?
It's supposed to be from everyone. It's up to the discretion of the restaurant
Oh, okay.
how they do that. But they're really generous. And then people have also signed on to sell the Alliance Ale at some of the restaurants, which is Steam Bell beer, and we get 15% back from that, I
10%.
think, 10%.
Oh, really?
And then there's also some places that are doing special mimosas where we get $1 back from that. So lots of different ways.
And y'all
that-
did shirts this year.
Yeah.
Real
did.
good looking shirts.
Did you get one?
I did not.
We're
did
gonna
not.
need 3 of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The orders, you can't order them now.
Yeah, they
Told you.
ran out Monday.
So it's through Bonfire. So then they mail them all out. I think this week. So
We'll make
everyone-
our own.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And then you have to wear them.
We will.
With crowns?
We're recording
You
there,
all
so
could
we
sell
have to
some
represent.
in
Yeah.
in the Pallet House shirts.
Yeah.
Ooh,
10%
not
back
a
to
bad
Massey.
idea. That's a great idea.
That's a great idea.
You all could
I
fundraise.
mean, the fundraising part's a little. We could use the money.
Yeah.
But what about me?
The last set of
Technically speaking, we
the
are
last
a
set of
not-for-profit.
shirts. The
Yeah.
last set of shirts we bought and we just gave them out. So that didn't go over.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, our
We didn't
business
get-
acumen is a little on the light side there.
You're
for
cool
sure.
on a shirt.
That was basically how it went down. We were like, man, we didn't make anything off those. Did you sell any? No, bro, I was handing them out. Oh man,
I'm
like-
just offended that I didn't get one.
Yeah, I know. What happened? I think I blame Troy.
I think
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
was clearly Troy's fault. It
Definitely.
was mismanagement.
Well, I definitely ordered more larger sizes than we needed because I was thinking about me and my peoples.
Right. My ilk.
Yeah. I wouldn't think about the mediums of the world out there.
Yeah.
Like, we don't need many of them.
Yeah, who are they? Don't listen.
They can't listen.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
My
I think
bad.
if you run our demos, probably double X's were a good choice. I gotta be honest. I mean,
How many shirts did you all give out?
We didn't.
How many did we give
50?
It
out?
was like
25?
no, it was definitely
50?
more. It was 50 or
50?
100.
That's
Yeah.
impressive.
Yeah, we're really good at.
Yeah, that's
just
why you
giving
see
away-
them all over
Yeah.
the place.
You're just at Kroger handing them out.
Exactly. Yeah. I see you're getting green peppers. Would you like a shirt?
Noah goes great with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Anyone with tofu? No, you don't. You're not the demo.
So what? Back to the brunch weekend. What do you remember? What you guys raised last year?
We raised close to 15,000, like 14, a
Whoa.
little over 14,000.
Really?
And that was with
That's-
30 some restaurants.
So do y'all
Yeah,
have
30.
like a goal in your head this year? Like
So we've already raised $4,000, and then the weekend's still in 2 weeks. And so I think we'll hopefully, cross your fingers, knock on all the wood, we're gonna go over 20,000.
So is there a
awesome.
way to donate if you don't
Yeah.
go to brunch?
Yeah, so you can go to, I believe, on our website, richmondbrunchweekend.com.
We link to them.
There's a link to that, but you also can just
Okay.
search VCU Massey Cancer Center. On the memo, we appreciate if you put Richmond Brunch Weekend, so
Okay.
they know why.
Yeah,
Awesome.
that's awesome, man. Congratulations.
You can also Venmo me.
It might make it.
10% of every Venmo will go to Massey.
Right. Yeah.
That makes sense. Casey, it doesn't surprise me you have Venmo because
I know.
I've been debating on converting to Venmo.
I'm the first one that did.
Guys, Venmo is amazing.
But,
Yeah?
All right. So I'm gonna show my age a little bit here. I'm 30 now. So, Dad, why
Your
are
dad
you?
just spit up, he just spit
Your
up
dad
his
just
beer.
spit his beer out and took his glasses off in one
about
motion.
right.
Yeah.
Close.
Yeah, thank you. See?
Carry the one.
Your dad's
No.
only 40.
So exactly, yeah. He's a crazy man. You should have known this guy when he was 10.
Wild.
Yeah, what a hustler. But so I don't understand the social aspect of Venmo. Like everyone can see everything I do. Is that accurate?
But not how much you're paying. And honestly, people don't actually write what they're paying for. They pretty much just put in like 1 or 2 words, maybe an emoji. But it is kind of funny to see who's sending money
I
around.
think you can block it, but
You can make
it's
it
my
private,
favorite
but-
form of social media to look at who's interacting with who.
Really?
Who bought each
He's
other
being
pizza. No, I think I am being weird, but it's really cool to go through and just like, oh, they still talk? And then like it.
Yeah, yeah.
Or they at least have a financial
Yeah.
conversation.
Obligation.
I'm
Exactly.
trying to. I'll show my age. I'm trying to understand how often people need to exchange money. Like I feel like we don't exchange money with each other a lot. So
we use it a lot if we don't want to be annoying and split checks and stuff.
okay.
And
gotcha.
then when you have roommates,
so like you'll
electric
you'll buy
and stuff.
brunch and then whoever you're with will just give you half.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds a lot easier because
And you
they
kind
hate
of-
splitting checks.
And you
Yeah.
kind of have money like sitting in your Venmo account, and I almost feel like it's not real
Play
money.
money,
It's like a bank
yeah.
account. Yeah. I
So
gotcha.
then you're not really paying out of your bank account; you're just paying out of your like Venmo.
Yeah.
Well, and that's how I treat PayPal. That's what
Yeah.
old people do. And I have,
PayPal owns Venmo.
Well,
Yeah.
Damn right. 'Cause someone's got to run that thing. You need some established bank like PayPal to run the show. But so that's how I do it. It's the same idea. I don't understand why Venmo became so popular, like skyrocketed. It's literally just
Emojis.
the social aspect that you can kind of see.
Did PayPal have an app? I guess like the app
It was-
of Venmo.
Yeah, PayPal,
Might
because
be.
PayPal bought Venmo later. So Venmo existed.
Okay,
and
so Venmo existed. PayPal didn't go, hey, we got to change our name. People think we're stodgy. and like they
Yeah.
created Venmo.
Yeah.
PayPal was eBay for me. Like that's what I
Yeah.
associated with, and I wasn't bidding for anything.
And now it's Tesla, right? Isn't that how Elon Musk made all his money? Was
Yeah.
through PayPal? See, look at that, full circle. But
So we need Venmo, is what we're being told here.
I've got
But-
it. Y'all are old.
If you have Wells Fargo, you can send money. I've learned. Like you don't need any of these apps. You can just get on your app and
Now
send.
that's
money.
for really old people, right?
But
Yeah.
That's like-
My mom does that. I don't know what you're trying to say. She'll just send me money sometimes.
okay, no
We
one
love
even
your mom
Nice.
knew
here.
that until you just dogged your mom. You just
Elizabeth
threw
should
her
come
under the
down
bus.
She should.
Yeah.
She should come make the $40 pancakes.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
seriously, those things sound
Pancake
amazing.
taste test.
Yes. Why
And
haven't
she
we
made
thought of that?
bacon and everything.
Which
yeah.
ones are $40 and which ones are out of the box?
Yeah. Or we go get a waffle from Waffle House, put it to the test.
We hate Waffle House March 24th and 25th.
Yeah, we don't.
You do.
Of course.
We don't eat there.
For
Yeah.
the record.
Covered and smothered my ass.
But on the 26th, that place is back to being dope. I got to be honest. Pretty excited about that.
So
Is
are,
the people watching in there the most high dollar on earth, or is it just me?
it's probably the best place to watch people.
Next
and
to Old Vegas.
And there's a 50-50 chance you're going to get in a fight when you're at Waffle
Or you're
House,
going to
which is
watch one
always-
between the employees.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
not
yeah, a
confident
fight
that I've
will
ever
break out.
actually been to a Waffle House, but we went to a Huddle House where I thought I was going to be violently ill for like 3 days.
Really?
Yeah, because Huddle House
Were we
is like
not
the
violently
meth
ill?
dealer of the Waffle
Yeah.
House environment. It's awful.
Yeah.
It was so exciting because I got hash browns with my dinner. Like they said, you could pick a breakfast side, and I was
Cheddar
like, "This
hash
is
browns.
the best day ever." Until I woke up the next morning and thought I was dying.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that doesn't sound good.
All three
No,
of
horrible.
us
Yeah.
had terrible memories the next day.
Really?
Sounds
That's
about right.
code for vomit.
Yeah.
I had terrible
the-
memories. I think
the
I'm
other
going.
end.
I'm gonna have some terrible memories after the show. I've been working out some stuff from last.
So are you guys out pounding the pavement to get more restaurants at this point, or are they coming to you? A little of both.
It's been really exciting because there is a bit more name recognition now. So
Yeah.
people have come to us. There's a few restaurants that are just starting to do brunch. So they approached us. And then what's great, too, is like we know all the restaurants in Richmond, but we're now starting to kind of branch out. And we've got a few in Midlothian and
Yeah.
the Shore Pump area.
Yeah, there's one that just opened up over here that looks like they do breakfast.
First
Like, that's
Watch.
yeah, First Watch.
I don't know
Where's
what
that?
that
Have you
is.
guys been there yet?
Have
No,
not.
I
They
think-
literally just opened a couple weeks ago.
Donde estás? The First Watch.
Is it a Mexican
Mellow
restaurant?
mushroom.
Oh, is that where it is?
It's right
next
next
to
to
it,
Mellow
yeah. Okay.
Mushroom. Yeah.
What's upscale cheapskate? That's there too, right?
Apparently
Yeah,
that's
that's,
secondhand clothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thought
Go
that
there
was
for brunch.
breakfast. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
I went in
Huddle
there.
House.
I went in there. I was like, "What time's free skate?" And they were like, "You can buy old jeans." Oh, okay. I gotta go. I'm good. So yeah, it didn't work out for me. What can
Too
you do?
bad.
What did you guys get? It wasn't Taza. I saw you had something here in Midlothian. What
The
what
Shaved
restaurant?
Duck restaurant.
The Shaved Duck, which is awesome. By
We
the
haven't
way.
been
Yeah,
yet,
we
but we
haven't
need to
been.
check them out.
Is that in Westchester?
Yeah, the only problem. This is how I know the restaurant's good because the nitpick I have on it is there's no art on the walls. Like there's just like they're like barren, and I'm like, if that's what I can complain about coming out of here, then they did a pretty good
Right.
job. And when you order a canned beer, they put it in a Shaved Duck koozie and
they
hand
give it to you?
which I'm
Do you
like,
get to keep the koozie?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
That's
Yeah,
so-
that is
I
awesome.
went in there and drank a handful of Coors Lights, walked out with a bunch of koozies. I was like, this is great. Like I'm making money on this deal.
This is a probably a stupid question, but is there something to the name that I don't understand?
I ordered the duck,
Okay.
so I
So
don't know.
they
I
do
thought-
Was
serve-
it shaved? Did they pluck out the
Was it
feathers?
awesome?
It was it was fantastic duck,
Really?
and it was feather free, so it was shorn.
I would hope so.
I just like that
Ordered.
word, shorn. I don't know. So the Shaved Duck jumped in on brunch weekend, so you really are branching out, and now you've gotten to the point like, where you were saying that they're coming to you kind of as like a go-to-market strategy for their brunch menu. They can go, yes, we talked to the As Told Over Brunch crew. We're part of Brunch Weekend. That kind of puts them on the map.
Yeah.
Well, and we try to make sure that if they're posting about Richmond Brunch Weekend and their pictures of brunch and stuff, that we're sharing that with everyone
Yeah.
too, to get people excited. So we try to really make it worth the restaurant participating with us.
Nice.
We have even one restaurant, their actual debut of their brunch menu. It's My Noodle and Company on Monument Avenue. Their first ever brunch menu will be that Saturday and Sunday.
Really?
So
Interesting.
check them out.
Ooh, stress test. I know where I won't be going for brunch weekend. Sorry, I didn't mean to dog noodle.
We were like, they didn't have a brunch menu. We're like, It's my usual bar is like, do the eggs and the pho? Is that the brunch? But no, they were like, no, there's a brunch menu coming.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So they really did use it as their go-to-market strategy.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's
cool.
That is so cool, man. But so how much work are you guys putting in? Because if there's one thing I've learned is that
Sounds
the more
like a lot.
people that get involved, the more you have to
Yeah.
manage personalities and schedules and all of that. So this is probably a real job now, and I assume you don't get paid, right? Or do
No.
No.
Yeah. So this is out of the love of brunch.
Yeah, there's love of brunch. But if you want to Venmo me, no. no,
I
but
like Casey's attitude. with
Yeah.
this Venmo.
At the end of everything, you can pay me if you want.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not getting paid,
It's pro
but
bono,
I'm not against
unless-
it.
a tip.
So we have a whole committee. Ken and Leanne co-chair it, so they do a really good job with working with the restaurants and sponsors and stuff like that. I kind of have head up the marketing and PR, and then we have other kind of street team people that are going out to the restaurants and asking them if they want to sign on and stuff. So it's definitely a team effort, and it's cool to see kind of people from Richmond come to us and want to participate. And we want to try to get as many people involved as possible.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it adds a bit of work, but it's also really cool to see how many people now know about Richmond Brunch Weekend and want to help.
Yep.
It's very exciting to like hear people like that you don't know have been like they aren't liking anything on Facebook like, oh, I'm going. You're like, cool. And then also they'll be like, our friends will complain
Just
like,
headbutt
it's
the mic.
everywhere.
That was awesome.
But they'll say, oh, I'm really annoyed I see it everywhere. I'm like, that's great. I want you to see it
Right.
everywhere.
Exactly.
And that's when you've made it, when you annoy people. My friends
Yeah.
are like, your
And then-
podcast is annoying. I'm like, yes.
Mission accomplished.
Yep.
We are on the radar.
Start listening then.
Yeah, it's less annoying if you just hear it. You don't have to just see it in your feed, dummy. But no, so I'm excited. Now, what are you guys going to do as far as on brunch day? Because we are going to go to Social 52 that day because they apparently have a badass like Bloody Mary bar situation. And, well, I like Bloody Marys. So that's where we're going to post up. Are you guys going to post up somewhere on brunch day? Or is that too difficult because you kind
shows
of have
favoritism.
to go? Yeah, I mean, how do you
I'm
handle
assuming
We
they
can't
got to
disclose
jump.
it on air.
They got to jump around, right?
Yeah.
So
Jump up, and
the
get down.
morning of,
You
we
get it.
do a little bit of,
Shuffling.
We
Dropping
drop up
things
balloons
off,
usually
yeah.
at the restaurant, so that's like
Okay.
but we've been giggling because we have no idea what we're doing. So my family's coming into town, and a couple of our friends are coming into town. So we're like, we need to figure out something and where we're going. But we've been so focused on everything else that we did kind of have that realization this week where we haven't actually
Figured it
planned
out,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's going to be ironic when they don't get served on their own weekend.
yeah,
Yeah,
we're
sorry,
full up.
we can't.
we waited too
Yeah.
long.
And
Yeah.
actually, that was one of those things because you're busy planning everything for it, and then you don't make the reservation. You're like, oh. But also, the weekend is oddly quiet. Like other than dropping up balloons, it's like we watch social media. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
all these people. It's really cool to go through and see everyone posting the photos. And like,
So I guess that's it. You just kind of sit back and watch it take
Yeah,
place
fall
across
apart.
all the
No.
feeds.
Yep.
Be like, this is awesome. Sit at home and drink mimosas.
yeah, don't do that.
Definitely go out but we are doing something cool this year. So a lot of the gift cards or the restaurants have given us gift cards to raffle away and stuff.
Okay.
Nice.
So we're saving a few. So if you go out Saturday and Sunday and post a picture each day with the hashtag RVA Double Brunch, we're giving away a bunch of gift cards and stuff for people that are actually going out and eating twice a
Really?
weekend.
So
Yeah.
it's hashtag RVA double brunch.
correct.
And if I do that either day, or I have to do
Both
both days.
days.
Both days.
So
Yep.
if I do both, then I get, okay, well, that's
Can you
easy.
do it?
I just
Can you
need
do
to
the slideshow? Do you have to do it both days? I'm clarifying here.
I mean, we'll
Good
accept.
call.
We'll accept.
We'll bet you, don't
know,
worry.
Either way you're doing it, just be posting and eating. I mean, honestly, we just want as many people to go out
Yeah.
and support. So that's kind of if you're doing that.
You're
I'm going to
gonna-
be eating both days
I was going to say
anyway.
you're
Yeah.
going to be eating, right? I mean, you're not.
I mean, everyone takes pictures.
But
of
if
their
it's
food
at
these
Waffle
days, so.
House, you're
Yeah.
eliminated from the contest.
Yeah,
and we will publicly shame you specifically if you guys end up there. So
bad timing for RVA fasting weekend.
Yeah.
I was participating in that. I just had to pull my name out of the hat. I'm in on the brunch. I'll eat.
Yep.
I'll eat. I was gonna cut up that.
We're going to
weekend.
Social 52 at early, 10 a.m. or something.
Well, it's up in the air now. We've
yeah.
had some
we
conflicting.
actually we
information.
were supposed to talk about that before we started the podcast.
no time like the present.
We were supposed to
All right.
lock down on time so we could tell our listeners when we'll be there.
In my defense, daylight savings totally
Yeah.
got me screwed up. I hate
This
that.
guy.
I hate
you also
when
had to
people
set
say
up
that.
about 100 microphones for
Well, and
everyone.
Yeah.
that's what
Yeah.
really did throw me for the loop. Is last night I went out. And I decided to stay out late because that was bright. I actually sat out here for an hour listening to stupid Mike Rowe podcasts and drank the rest of a bottle of wine that I found in the house. And it hit me at one point. I was like, oh, my God, you're a
Is this
dork.
you two or just
no,
you by
just
yourself?
me. I was like, what are you doing? Go home.
Yeah.
So I went to bed at that point. But then I was like, I'm exhausted this morning. But I was trying to do my part because Troy and I, we did a little science experiment with our bodies last night.
Yes.
We had been watching.
You sure want to talk about this on air?
Yeah, it turns out Troy loved it. I didn't.
Exactly. Yeah.
I learned something about myself
Yeah.
last night.
No, we weren't together.
Oh.
That's what made it weirder. We did it over Marco Polo's video
Yeah.
chat.
Right.
No, so we were watching Shark Tank the other day, and this guy on there had this pill, like the.
We weren't watching Shark Tank together. We both watched Shark Tank.
We were
Yeah.
watching Shark Tank together.
Together.
You know, we only had one Snuggie, so it was tight.
Now that the Bachelor's over,
Exactly.
we got to do something.
Right.
So this guy had these pills called Thrive Plus, and it's like an alcohol aid, and it's supposed to have all these different
hangover
things.
fix.
It's a hangover
Wait,
cure.
so you take it before you start drinking?
You take it after you're done drinking.
Before you go to bed, right?
Got
Yes.
Yeah, and it's full of like. Apparently, rats,
Is it
alcoholic
Advil?
rats, have been loving it. Like these alcoholic rats show no signs of hangovers anymore. So we got this stuff.
Well,
and
the dude got chewed apart on Shark Tank by Mark Cuban. Just ate him up.
But Mark Cuban hates any nutritional supplement. He
Yeah.
thinks they're all snake oil.
Can we talk about the dude whose job it is to see if a mouse has a hangover?
I was just thinking, what does a hangover rat look like?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you doing at work today, honey? Getting these rats fucked up.
That's right. Yeah. Steve's a little slow today. He's kind of moseying over to that water bowl.
He's not quite a fan of the tequila.
That's right. Yeah.
Dude, all right, this is a horrible side story.
Zero interest in getting
This
on the
is-
wheel
Like,
this
what's
morning.
a shot for a rat?
Yeah.
Like a little
One
like
shot.
Little
eyedropper.
rat shots.
Yeah.
I remember my sister did an experiment, and my dad may know this story, may not. You may learn something right now.
Uh-oh.
She was doing
can't wait.
She was doing an experiment in the basement where she was putting ginseng in water for like one set of creatures and just regular water in the other set of creatures. And one of my buddies, we were downstairs drinking one night, and he like put a bunch of gin in one of the water bottles, and the
What do you mean
animals,
creatures?
they were like they were like gerbils or some shit.
Hamsters or gerbils
I don't know.
or
This
something?
is horrible, and PETA's going to be all over me, possibly everyone in the room. But they ended up putting like gin in one of the water bottles, and her results were like, "Fuck! Don't ever give gerbils gin." I mean ginseng, because these things, like, their test scores are miserable. They're like lethargic. They're not, and they were trying to drink water, but they kept getting a little bit of booze the whole time, and they didn't do very well. And her results were like, ginseng is
What
horrible.
would be cool to figure out was how often they went back to the gym.
Yeah, they were like, I need more of that.
Yeah.
They dropped out of school.
Yeah, it was bad. Pregnancy was rampant.
Wreck the wheel.
Yeah.
Wrecked the wheel. But so we saw these Thrive pills, and they're supposed to, like, they have all this stuff. The guy ground them up in a way that he gets them down to like the nanoparticles.
Yeah,
so you
he
can
was talking all
ingest-
sorts of
You can ingest
science.
more of this, and it's
Where was he
supposed-
from? He was like
Princeton.
Princeton, yeah.
Which that's
So
all
y'all
it
got
took
sold
for
on
me.
So you were
some-
sold,
yeah,
by the name.
right.
I was sold. So
Spoil.
That's prestigious. This feels amazing.
So he's lumping me in, but I come over the other night to hang out, and he's holding up a can of these pills, and on the same exact episode was another thing. He had purchased two things off one episode. It was a pasta substitute.
yeah, the Palomini hearts of palm noodles.
Yeah.
Haven't tried them yet.
Is that for your guys' next date night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna make me a nice
Fettuccine.
Did you
We'll
clam
watch Shark Tank.
linguine.
call
Right.
in for both of these projects? Like 1-800 for
No,
Thrive
there's a guy on Amazon who's a genius.
Billy
and-
Mays?
No, this guy just has an Amazon store called As Seen on the Tank, and basically,
Oh, really?
he just buys everything that's on Shark Tank and puts it in a store and sells it. And I'm like, that's brilliant, because dummies
People like me.
Yeah.
yeah, because I DVR and I'm a few days late. He's already got it sitting in the store ready to go, and I'm like, whatever price seems reasonable. Like, I'm all in. So I ordered these Thrive pills, and I wanted to get, like, this was my logic last night. We'd gone out to dinner, then we'd gone out to a bar, and then over to a buddy's house, and then we came home, and I was like, I'm really going to have to tie one on to see if these Thrive pills work.
That's hilarious.
So I came out back and finished off a bottle of wine that my wife had left around. I was like, all right, now I feel awful. I am definitely, if
I'm
these
ready.
work, yeah, I'm ready. But I didn't take into account that I'd be getting like 5 hours of sleep, which automatically makes me feel kind of crappy.
Yeah, so Brendan the other night, when Brendan showed me he had these pills, we talked that we each had different plans, not together, unfortunately. We both were going out Saturday night. I had some college boys in town, and we were staying out all night. And he was like, "You got to take some of these pills. I'm going to take some of these pills. We're going to put this thing to the test and see if it actually works." So
Yeah,
I was
didn't
actually
even come home last night.
no, yeah,
So, I mean, you had a long night.
Why do you know that he didn't come home last night?
Because I was waiting outside.
Throwing pebbles at his window at 1 a.m.
Where the hell is Troy? He better have taken those pills.
Right.
Get some sleep. Doesn't he know it's daylight savings time?
I was worried about taking them because I mean, usually if I'm at that level, I'm not remembering to take the pills before I go to bed. But luckily, I remembered and I took them.
It's like the greatest first world problems. I was partying so hard, I forgot to take all my pills. Like, it's ridiculous.
So what did you think?
Honestly, man, I got up really, really early. So, like I said, the tired aspect is certainly hanging over me like a cloud. But I feel fine. Like as far as the headache, like I drank Thursday night. I did not drink Friday night. I felt much worse Friday morning than I did today, and I drank a lot more last night.
Yeah.
So I think I need to do it again and sleep. and then I'll know for sure. But I do believe, like, my head didn't hurt. I wasn't like, I don't know. I felt good. My energy level was all right. The one thing, I felt bloated. And I have no idea if that is because I just ate all night or if it did create some kind of a bloat. I mean, did you feel anything?
Well, I don't get headaches and stuff from hangovers. My hangover is always from the tired aspect of staying out too late. That's usually what it is.
Nailed it.
Yeah, and being that we lost an hour of sleep, went to bed at 2, which was technically 3, got up at 8. I'm tired as hell, so I don't really know if it worked or not. And I mean,
You got robbed, is what.
Well, the whole point of these
I
supplements
feel
is they're all kind
The
of
placebo effect is
Yeah.
not working here, though.
Yeah.
yeah. So I don't know. Let's get drunk again and try it.
On the way. That's not a problem. That's always the catch with brunch. Anytime you're doing that early morning drinking, the
Yes.
effects of the night before are right there, just waiting to ramp back up.
Hair of the dog.
Yeah, say the least.
I think it works. I do. So I've heard some people argue that it doesn't, but I think having a drink the next day does make you feel better.
Oh, I know it does.
It can.
Especially if it's
I've
like a
tried
Bloody
everything.
Mary.
Yeah.
All
Or a
those pills.
mimosa.
I think it just like brings you up and takes you a little bit further.
I think it just takes you back to where you were last night.
Yeah.
Is what it does, and all your pain goes away.
Drinking
Sounds
makes
great.
the pain go away.
Yeah, the pain of the hangover is
Yeah.
gone.
Causes some of the pain too. That's a whole nother.
Yeah, it just delays it to later in the day.
Yeah.
That's what it does.
Exactly. Speaking of pain, I knew you guys were going to be here today, and I have had a burning question that I've always wanted answered when it comes to mimosas, because I'm a fan of Andre. You familiar with Andre?
Yes.
It's like the
The-
$5.
Yeah. Hey, yeah.
Yeah.
No, not Outcast.
Oh.
we're talking about Andre, the crappy $5.
I think you mean very high class for the college student.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
I agree.
It's in a glass bottle. Ooh
Yeah.
la la.
And they have it at, in fact, like Sidewalk. I think they just dump a whole
Thing of
bottle of
Andre.
Andre into a pitcher and then fill
But
it up
it's
with
$10 there.
It's
No, I'm joking.
phenomenal though. It's so good. Is Sidewalk participating this year? And
They're not.
so theirs is the worst
It
example
is.
of the Andre
Disgusting.
mimosa.
0 rats get drunk off theirs.
Yeah.
Actually, only rats go there and drink their mimosas. But so what I did is I went out and I bought a $25 bottle
Oh.
of champagne
High roller.
and a $5 bottle of champagne and some orange juice here. And I would like to find out if we can actually taste a difference between somewhat high-end champagne and the low crap. So Troy, I don't know if you
All
could
right, yeah. I'm going to
if you
step
could
off the mic and
pop some bottles for us over there, and find a way to like mark those cups so we know which one is the Andre. Well, so you know which one's the Andre.
So do you believe that the $25 one is going to taste better, or do you think it's going to taste the same?
I
Or
believe
the opposite.
that Andre is going to taste the same as the.
I do
high-end
too. I won't
stuff.
care enough.
Well, especially when you start putting orange juice in it, I feel like
Yeah, that's
There's-
part of me wonders if we should try it without the orange juice. Is that crazy talk?
Oh, we can
That's
drink
it.
everything in the room.
Okay.
I'm fine with that.
I do need to know if you guys want, because you bought 2 different orange juices, so pulp or no pulp?
I'm a pulp kind of guy.
I'll take pulp. Do we have any other?
Can we talk
I'll
about
do
that
pulp.
too really quick?
I would thought we might do an experiment with the pulp versus no pulp.
Like,
but
I love
Ooh.
fresh squeezed orange juice. Like, take the orange, squeeze it, and the pulp is chewy. I love that shit.
Yeah, I'm with you.
People that hate pulp, I don't get it.
Well,
if you're trying to drink something and you're not expecting it, because I used to hate pulp in my orange juice, and I feel like when you want to drink something, I just want it to go down smooth and not have the kind of chewy aspect. But I think I've kind of grown out of that because I appreciate
Like, if you know it's there, you're
realness.
good.
Yeah. And like to me, it seems more authentic when there's actual pulp in it.
Something else I've never had the answer to. Why does fresh squeezed orange juice taste different than orange juice that you buy that says it's fresh squeezed? Does that make sense?
Can you repeat that?
Yes. So why does orange juice that you squeeze, if you squeeze it yourself, right in your kitchen, boom, drink it, it tastes night and day from orange juice that you buy in the store that says it's fresh squeezed orange juice?
High
It's
fructose.
fresher. I mean, if you just did it yourself, you know how fresh that is.
But Charlie, the bottle
That's
says it's
wisdom.
super fresh.
Yeah, the bottle says so. You got me. You got me. The bottle says super
case closed.
fresh. You're right. That settles it.
That's it.
That settles
Done and done.
I'm
You're
just
not
impressed that
using
you're
it.
sitting at home making your own orange
I
juice.
I honestly haven't made orange juice in 20 years.
Oh,
I just remember how delicious it was.
That's
and it
fair.
tastes nothing like Tropicana with pulp.
But are you using Florida oranges? I'm just looking at the ingredients here.
That could be it.
that's a big difference. Yeah, you use those like Oregon.
No, I'm
oranges,
serious.
Worse.
Go squeeze your own orange juice and drink the best one you can ever find in the store, and it is night and day.
I've had real orange juice made, just like blend it up, and it tastes like a smoothie.
Yeah.
It is a smoothie.
It's not as tart. It tastes.
Oh, jeez. Did you just dent the ceiling here? What the fuck? God, man.
I almost busted Sarah's glasses.
I'm glad
Okay.
I'm wearing glasses and
Yeah.
it'll stop it from hitting me in the eye.
I'm
Yeah.
guessing that was not the Andre.
Show up at Social 52 with a black eye in like 2 weeks.
What happened? I went on inside the pallet.
Yeah, exactly. Those guys
I
are
think
rough.
that went through and blew a shingle off the roof.
I know,
Yeah.
man. Like that was crazy. Well, you won't have to worry about there. That's got a twist top over there.
That's when you know it's good.
Yeah.
So you should be fine.
I'm like
with
nervous
this.
that he's pointing it at me now.
I
I'm
know,
gonna just duck and
exactly.
cover a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, don't worry, it's not loaded. Yeah, I
The
don't
TV
care.
might
Don't
break.
point it at me. Oh, look at that one. Just
That was underwhelming.
Yeah, it was.
I'm gonna go do my thing. Y'all don't watch. I'm gonna mix it over.
Drop the curtain.
okay. I like it. I like it. Does everybody want pulp then? Is that how this ended up? And let's do them. Yeah, I think so.
Fiction.
And let's run them 50-50 just so that they're all the same ratio. No, that's all I can think. That's the whole.
As long as they're
science.
the same is all that matters.
Because I feel like a 50-50 ratio is not generous enough on the champagne.
I agree.
See,
You need just a touch of the orange.
Yeah, because
just
So you want to double up the champagne?
Well, no, I mean, I'm not the
we need a
mix
controlled
master,
experiment
Yeah.
here.
Actually,
we
no.
need to have more champagne so that we can actually try to
2
taste
to 1,
the champagne.
2
Yes.
champagne to 1 orange juice.
Yes.
Okay, that sounds fine to me.
Perfect.
Boy, Sarah is.
I know what
No,
I
I'm with
like.
her.
Yeah.
I know
We're trying
what
to
I
taste
like,
the
damn
champagne. Like,
it.
if you have too much orange juice, you're not going to really be able to tell the difference. It's going to drown it out.
Yeah,
Okay.
I meant it from a purely scientific.
Yeah, right.
Wait.
She worked with rats.
Yeah.
So it sounds official.
Yeah.
I'll take 2. So I like that she was like, I'm not the authority. Actually, that's exactly why you're here. You are the authority. Like that's why we're doing this today.
That's,
Yeah.
and
that's
not
fair.
some other day. Because I was all giddy. Like I got up. There was another reason why I'm so tired. I was like, ooh, I'm gonna go get champagne. I'm finding out today, and I'm gonna do it with the people who actually know. Like you're the foremost authority on brunch, and mimosas are brunch.
No pressure. So did you get Bloody Marys too? I mean, no, I'm
I was
just
about
kidding.
to ask that.
Yeah, exactly.
I did not.
What a lame party.
Well, I already know what I want there. I like that absolute pepper, the papar. Like you get that, has that little bit of.
Papar. Wasn't that an elephant?
I don't. No, it's Babar,
Oh, close enough.
I believe, right?
What is
No, you're
Babar?
right.
He was an
Babar.
elephant.
Oh
Babar.
yeah, but actually, I wanted to name my brother after that book. This is a true story.
Really?
Yeah, I wanted to name my brother Elephant, and so my brother's name is Ty because they have it. My parents convinced me this is not why he's called Ty, but one of their kids is called Ty, and so I was convinced my brother was named after Jabbar's child.
There you go.
Oh my gosh! Look at that. The Babar references run deep over there.
Yeah.
It's like the whole family tree's littered with elephant references over there. I dig it. That's awesome. So
I can imagine your parents. He wants to name the kid Elephant. Should we consider this?
it happens sometimes.
I
though.
know.
The
mean,
first thing I gave my brother in like the delivery room or whatever was the elephant.
Really?
My brother no longer has it, but I remember it was in his room for like the whole 10 years.
What happened to the
Yeah,
elephant?
he grew up and was like,
He changed
done with
his
that
name.
thing. You'll always be elephant to me.
An elephant never forgets.
I get it.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Oh, man. Well, I'm excited you guys have gotten this many people to get involved in Brunch Weekend. I think this is going to be the biggest one. Well, it is the biggest one, but now I feel like the bar is kind of high and you got a lot to live up to. Next year is going to have to be even bigger. I hate to already start looking ahead on you, but
We're always looking ahead for next year, but we'll have more restaurants next year. And we're trying to still stay involved next year, but we'd like to see, because it's a lot of the planning goes through Massey Cancer Center and the Massey Alliance,
Yeah.
so we're hoping to have new co-chairs come in.
Well,
Nice.
and it's cool too. Like the more that we get other people involved, the more ideas that are put on the table that we would have never thought of. So we're working with somebody who's now running a brunch trolley that weekend, which is really
what's
cool.
a brunch trolley?
So
What is a brunch trolley?
the ticket price includes 3 stops, and you get food and drink at each location.
and one of
you-
the stops is Social
What?
52.
Yeah,
on
you'll
Saturday.
actually be able to see them depending upon what time you guys are there.
Do you know what time the trolley is going through Social 52? 'Cause I might just
We'll have-
coordinate with that.
Midday-ish, I'm going to go
We'll
with.
have to. It's unlocking RVA who's running it, so we'll have to check her itinerary.
So if I do the brunch trolley and I go to 3 locations, I still can't rock the hashtag RVA double brunch because
You need to.
You'll
go the
have
next
to go
day.
out the
I have to go the
Sunday,
next
too.
day. That's
Yep.
what it's more about is the 2 days, not multiple places.
So
we need to get on that
it's-
trolley next year.
It's also going
Dude, we could record on the trolley.
That would be so cool.
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
Loud-ass generator
I'm,
running in
I'm
the
trying to
background.
picture this whole desk on the trolley.
Yeah.
We can make it happen.
You got room, bro? Giant table.
Yeah, so that's really cool. And every year, I think the more that people join, the more new ideas are going to be integrated. Because the T-shirts weren't really something that Cazey or I came up with, too. So, I mean, every year we kind of just pile things on. So it'll be really cool to see next year. I was saying I want more restaurants outside of the Richmond proper
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
I think so because you're going to run into some people who don't want to like commute down there, but they've got their favorite place around the corner that they would obviously go to.
And
so,
Sarah recently created a map on our website. It's
Really?
an interactive Google map.
What?
And
I'm
all the
really proud of that,
locations
yeah.
there. Yeah. She was like, go look what I did on the website. And I was like, wow.
Yeah, so
That's
it makes
awesome.
it makes it also kind of obvious, unfortunately, though. Like we have the one strip through Richmond, and then we've got our one Powhatan restaurant, and then a couple out in the outskirts. So then I was looking at that, and I was like, so we need to now find restaurants to fill in all of our gaps.
yeah, it's basically like the exact same map that your like Map My Run is because it's
Yeah.
the places you go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I was going to say, because on the map, it doesn't look as impressive because they're all like, oh, they're next door to each other.
Right.
They're the same restaurant.
Exactly.
So do you notice like have you been getting more people coming to the blog? Like does one beget the other? Does that
Traffic blows up around this time of year.
Really?
And then so if you go to richmondbrunchweekend.com, it redirects to astoldoverbrunch.com / Richmond Brunch Weekend.
Smart.
But at the top of it, we also have a banner that reminds you that it is a blog, and you can read our musings.
Oh boy, I'm excited! I got my first mimosa in my hand. I don't know.
That
I'm
was
like
why there
waiting
was a-
very
there was a
impatiently.
big-
Thank
know
you.
what that is. So you do see an uptick then to the blog. Do you find that this takes away from the blog? How do you manage that? Because obviously you have, well, you're a world traveler and you have a job. I don't know. Do you have a job yet?
I have a grad. I have
You're
a
still
job
in grad
traveling.
school,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, this
Okay.
is my last year.
Okay, so you're still in grad school, so that is a full-time job. Sarah, you do have a full-time job.
Correct.
Plus, you guys have the blog, which is well done, so I know that takes time.
Thank you.
And then now you have this. Do you have to, like, can some blog entries? Do you kind of have to get ahead of it? How do you manage all of that?
So we honestly, I haven't written anything not brunch related in months. But I think it's kind of okay because it is such a big deal. So kind of from a time management, I think Cazey does a much better job of actually still working on blog content. But we also have had a few guest bloggers that have helped and filled in the content gap, which is nice.
Oh, okay, nice. So you're able to kind of tap some other people in to help out. Because I would think this is a critical time to have your best content also on the blog since you are going to see that spike in traffic.
True.
Good point. But that's not how it works, unfortunately,
Did
with
you see
creativity.
the realization on Casey's face? Oh, my God, why did we put the B squad on this week?
It's like, oh gosh.
Yeah.
Like, no, that was horrible.
Because it
idea.
depends like how you're. Because Sarah and I write it differently, so I'll like write a bunch of blog posts like in a few days, just a spurt of creativity, and then I schedule them out. And Sarah tends to write and is like puts it up right away.
All right. So
Mostly because he's type A and I'm very not type A. So when I am finally writing something, I'm like, oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Sometimes I post something, I'm like, oh, I thought that 6 weeks ago. Like,
Yeah, so this week you need to bury all of Alex's posts. We don't want
She's
those
dead to
seen.
us now.
so I've given you guys the first one.
All right.
This is all the first one. Do you want me to bring the second one, or do you want
I
to
would
drink
like
the
to be
first
able to
one?
taste them
Okay.
side by side as well.
Ely's
I
right
wanna
number
look,
one on
I
here.
want to look into the cup and see if I can tell the difference. This one looks less pure.
I can tell you.
Now
I love this.
I had to
one.
put 3 cups of champagne because as it was pouring, it's bubbling over. So I put 3 cups of champagne and
Okay.
1 cup of orange juice. It kind of looked like it was about 50-50.
Perfect.
Can you tell? Does it need more of one thing or another?
No.
You did a great job.
Okay, so it worked.
Nailed it. This is $40. What mojito?
Yeah.
What am I saying to say here?
Mimosa.
Mimosa. God bless.
Mojito.
But I was like, it's an M word. It's not Miata. I think it is. So here comes 2. So I have 1, and then we have 2. I'm excited here. Let me see this. This one's a little heavier. I know that. So it feels more like Andre.
I'm hoping one will be bubblier than the other, and that'll give me an idea of which one's the Andre.
Oh my
But,
God!
This one is heavier. This is dense.
Yeah, this one's
I'm
heavier.
sensing more bubbles in the second one.
It smells a lot sweeter, too.
This one tastes better.
I have a preference here.
Yeah.
I have
Oh.
a preference here.
Yeah?
I like number 1 better because it's less sweet.
I'm looking for my number.
I have a preference. It's interesting. I hope it's Andre because I don't want to find out that I'm some expensive son of a bitch.
I feel like the orange juice is what tastes different, though, in my 2 cups.
It's all the same
I
orange
know it's
juice.
the same, but it's like the accent of the orange juice.
Yeah, this makes for good pod. Bunch of people just drinking and smacking.
Sarah
their
nailed
lips.
it. 2 is sweeter.
So I'm thinking because I drink a lot of Andre that 1 would be Andre. But I guess it also depends. Did you buy dry or did you buy...
Extra dry always.
Sarah,
Andre extra dry.
Okay.
That's
Sarah
the
and I
rule.
one time went out for, what was it, cider? And she wanted the driest. I hate dry. I was like, so we settled
We had
for,
to meet in the middle, yeah.
we were like in the middle. I was like, I would have gone a lot sweeter.
I used to run into that problem with my roommates, too, because they would drink Riesling and stuff, and I just could not
Too sweet.
Yeah.
split that with them.
Yep, I get that. That's how it starts, though. That is the gateway drug to like red
Riesling?
wines. Everyone
Yeah.
starts
That's
with
true.
Riesling, and then they end up like a couple years later. They're like, oh, okay, I like
I
reds now.
don't like wine at all. but I
Children
will-
start with Moscato.
Yes, of course. I only give my kids Moscato. Actually, I was reading something the other day. Apparently, the NBA has like major wine issues. Like they love their wine.
Yeah,
And,
really?
like LeBron is this massive wine drinker, and anyone who ends up playing on his teams, that's like what he likes to do for like bonding. He'll like rent out a winery and
think
like,
he-
take
I
them
think-
out there.
There's like a handful, like 6 or 10 players that own vineyards, and they like literally like send each other bottles of wine and stuff. Like,
I have a question. Why does
I'm really inspired with how you're double fisting this entire time.
Yeah.
isn't that the
I
point?
like that. This drunken maneuver is inspiring people. I've been inspiring people for 20
he's taking
years.
this seriously.
Yeah.
Like, he's really trying to figure out. Now that
I am. I take my job. I'm like
Casey had a question.
I'm
What
like a
is it?
lab
No, I
rat.
was going to ask, why does the wine not taste like the fresh squeezed grapes in my kitchen when I let them sit there for 3 months?
That's a great point.
I think Casey's busting your balls a little bit.
That's
there. I
okay.
kinda like
here's
that.
here's a question, Brendan. Are you trying to figure out the drink, or are you just trying to see which one you like better? 'Cause
Oh, I
think
have a-
ultimately you need to find out which one you like better.
I can tell you now. I like 2, and I think 1 is the Andre.
Okay.
That is my official.
So you think you like the nicer?
I think
Oh,
I
did
do.
you just give it away?
Okay.
No, I don't know. I have a. I said I think I like the nicer one because
But
I
it's-
think Andre's 1.
Is 2 the nicer one?
Well, we don't know yet.
We don't know yet.
Let's not let
Has
the cat
everybody-
out of the
Blind
bag.
test.
Here, I have a pen and paper. We can take some.
You've been
notes.
taking really good notes so far on that.
These are
The rat
Scribbles.
started shaking at 10 a.m.
yeah. So let's see. We get
All right, so I'm officially going to put my vote down. I like 2 more. Let it be known that I do not think there's much of a difference here at all. And if the difference is I can get 5 bottles of Andre for the price of this one, I don't give a shit which one's the Andre. I'm buying the Andre because neither one of these is revolting in any way. They taste very, very similar, and I'm splitting hairs in the sense that one has a slight bite to it, and 2 is covered up in a sweetness.
So which one do you like?
That is the difference.
Which one do you like better?
I'm going to go with 2 because I like that little bit of sweet instead of that little bit of bite.
My review is the exact same review that
You like 2 better.
Yes.
I'm retweeting that.
Nice.
I don't give
like
a shit which one they are.
Okay.
If I can get 5 bottles, I'm the same exact thing that he said is where I am.
Mr. Kennedy?
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to go with 1, and I think it's just because number 2 has a lot more going on. It's doing more stuff to my palate, but I was up all night with his daughters watching SpongeBob SquarePants.
That's what I was doing.
And I'm not up to much. I mean, this number 1 here is working for me very well.
All right.
Nice.
Sarah?
I think 1 is the Andre, and I like it because it's not as sweet.
Okay.
But do you think there's any value in buying, between the 2?
I would.
If you could get 5 for the price
I
of 1.
consistently buy the cheapest champagne because I think if you're putting it in something, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
That's
if
why I'm
you're
with
gonna-
vodka. If you're going to mix it,
Yeah.
I mean, Pinnacle's just as,
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not the bottom shelf, but
Not Aristocrat?
Not Aristocrat. But I guess if I was making a tub of something, who cares, right?
I mean, I also think, first thing in the morning when you're mixing something, you kind of just want whatever they are going to give to you. So
Exactly.
whatever the restaurant's serving, I'm going to drink.
Whatever I can Venmo my friends for.
There's a theme here. All right, Casey, which one do you like better?
I'm retweeting everything. I'm going to go with 2, but there's not a clinically significant difference here.
Okay, so we have 3 votes for liking 2.
1 vote for liking 1.
2.
Yeah, 2 votes for 1.
Sarah and Mr. Kennedy.
2 votes for 1. Okay, so there is definitely.
Did
we would
Did
need.
you try?
I
Troy,
did not try it.
We need to have you do this because we are.
Okay, well, you'll have to go over there and mix it. Somebody will. I know. Well, yeah, I could just blind without looking. I don't know what numbers are on either.
All right, give it a taste. Give it a taste. That one right there is the one he spit in. Can you tell?
Ely spit.
Makes it sweeter.
All right, and then the other one. Do you taste a difference?
I definitely taste a difference.
All right, and the one closest to you? He's trying not to look at the numbers on the cups here. It's
I think I like this one better.
and that is the 2.
That's the 2.
Taking it home.
All right. So now we have now there is a line in the sand.
Yes.
It's 4-2. Okay, Troy, can you reveal to us what we got going on here?
What do you guys want to guess? Venture a guess.
I think
as to
everyone
which-
thinks 1 is on.
One is
Andre's
Andre.
One's Andre. Okay, so you think Sarah and Mr. Kennedy like Andre more than you guys?
Yes.
Apparently.
I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
And me.
Yeah.
I think-
Vehemently.
You don't want to
No, I
think that?
I'm going
No.
to put my flag in the ground that I have a very educated palate.
I would actually like to think Andre tastes better, just to give it to the man. But I think Sarah has a less sophisticated palate.
Well,
I think I just like it because it's less sweet. That doesn't mean less sophisticated.
if I had to pick 2 people in this room that would have the more sophisticated palate and like the finer things in life, I would expect Sarah and Mr. Kennedy, and they picked the expensive champagne.
Did they?
One was the expensive
Whoa.
champagne.
What?
2 was the Andre.
Oh, man,
Really?
I am surprised.
I'm
Look
shook.
at-
Surprised.
Look at
I thought
us.
I was going the opposite.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I'm
Andre
also-
takes him to the
So does that
hole.
change your thought at all?
I'm just upset now that I like such an expensive champagne.
Yep, you better get another job.
How about that?
Looks like it
That
just
ad
I'm gonna
revenue
just
up.
marry wealthy. I think that's my.
Yeah, there you
That's a
go.
There you
lifestyle
go.
blogger for
well,
you.
like we said, 10% to Massey Cancer Center.
Yeah.
5% to my new champagne addiction. That is wild.
That is interesting.
Andre won out
Yeah.
4-2.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I love that. I'm so pumped about that.
You make it a sponsorship.
Maybe.
Well, we're gonna have to edit out some of the things I was saying about Andre early on in this, but yeah.
But I feel like Andre knows what Andre is. Like
They do.
It does not
Yeah.
think that it's the nicest champagne.
Have you
I would
seen
assume.
on Twitter? Moon Pie does this too. They know who gets a moon pie.
Oh, really?
But Moon Pie tweets about who wants a moon pie? We want a moon pie. I was like,
Really?
that's probably
I feel like I
Andre.
need to get involved in that.
It's Andre and
Yeah.
moon pies.
Yeah.
Look at us, highfalutin. That is, I'm flabbergasted that it came out definitively 4-2
so am I.
for Andre. I thought for sure my sophisticated palate was kicking in and I was picking up notes.
I was pretty confident that it was Andre because it tasted like every other. I mean, I don't. Yeah, I'm very surprised.
Yeah. Next month, pancakes.
Well, I'm glad to see there was some. There was definitely, everybody had different opinions on it. So I was worried that everybody's just going to like the good stuff.
I think the underlying thing is that I don't care.
Well, there's that.
Yeah. Either way, I'll
Now-
drink it.
There is
Now
a
I'm-
little bit of both left if you want to taste those and see which one you actually like better.
Like unadulterated.
Yeah,
I would like to do that.
Yeah, it's worth a
because
small
we have
taste.
these little cups here.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's worth a small
Those,
taste.
are those for
Cups.
Malort?
Oh yes, let's cleanse our palates with some wormwood. So have some Malort, and then we'll. My dad just giggles in the corner. Ugh.
Biggest smile of the day out of Charlie over here.
Yeah.
Has he had it?
Yeah, Dad, have you had Malort?
I believe you have served me, my lord.
Okay,
yes.
I would think so.
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
if you haven't, let us know.
Oh, no,
We'll
I've
be,
had the pleasure. Thank you. I don't need it again.
we'll be glad to give you a shot.
It
Fall
was
on
one
your
of the
sword.
first things that Cazey asked when you walked in. So
I'm curious, actually, though. I'm not volunteering for this.
Yes, you
But,
are.
like, if you could mix Malort in, like, orange juice, like, I think if you have the right chaser, you might just...
You want a Malortza?
a screwdriver? No.
I'd be glad to make you a mimosa with Malort.
I might pass.
You might pass. So you're saying there's,
there's a chance.
Yeah.
Does anyone want to do this with me?
What was
Do you all?
Brendan
What do you all?
does.
Do you think the orange juice might cut through the bitter, whatever?
It's
whatever,
going to help somewhat, no matter what.
but it also might extend the pain. There's more volume.
I think you can polish a turd and it's still a turd. I think that's.
But it'll make it more
Fairly.
bearable.
I'm willing to put half a shot of Malort in there and some orange juice and taste it.
it sounds like you guys are.
I mean, if Casey's
I
in,
want to
I'm
give
in.
it to Sarah and see if she thinks it's Grey Goose or Malort.
I think it'll be pretty
Yes.
obvious
Yes.
which one's Malort because one of them will make you pucker up and want to die, and you'll be like, "Oh, I think that's the Grey Goose."
and then people will really start to question our judgment.
Right.
Yeah, no shit. Like, I really like this Malortza. This is pretty good. It's like, yeah, all right, forget it. We're getting the high end stuff. Done with this. Andre though, clutch. I had a blog for about 4 days, like a decade ago, and one of my entries was all about why you should just buy Andre, but it was unfounded. I was like, if you're gonna make mimosas, just buy Andre. Don't
'Cause I said so.
Yeah, don't overthink this. And
Yeah.
I wrote this whole thing like in a stupor.
Frequently cited.
Yes, obviously.
It is.
Obviously. I don't even know what the email or the web address is for that blog.
We'll find it and cite it in our next blog post.
There you go. You could really put some solid content
This
up
actually, this
week.
is content. This is the content you're talking about. We need to have on our website, like groundbreaking news.
It is.
There you go. Well, you can.
Game changing.
We'll send you the link and feel free to post it if you would like.
And then you'll have to make a comeback on your blog, so it's just going to be a lot more work for you. But
Well, I was planning on tapping you guys in because after March 25th, I figured a lot of free time on
we're going to
your
need some
hands.
new hobbies. Yeah.
That's right.
True.
Yeah.
You're gonna need- So, Casey, how's the world traveling going? Anything anything big going on with you?
Well,
I saw you in a Wawa, like a few
Oh, yeah.
weeks ago, and you were on your way to the airport right
I
then.
was. I was. So that was the winter break, and I was going to Portugal, and then we ran into. I was actually telling Sarah, I was like,
Oh, you went to Portugal.
I went to Portugal.
How
which
was
is,
that?
This is one.
What is this? Oh, okay, one.
Our shots.
Portugal. I only went to Lisbon, but Lisbon's awesome. It basically has everything you could want in a city. Like it has the cobblestone. It has like a beach. It's not really. It's not the ocean, but it's a huge river. It's so cheap. Everyone knows English. I want to go back to Lisbon in a heartbeat. It rained every day, but I still loved it.
Really?
And
So it's really cheap, like
it's
food,
really cheap.
board,
Oh yeah,
everything.
the food. I'm
room and board. Again.
Yeah, I had an Airbnb. I think $30 a night.
Wow.
Food is like $10 for like a dinner with wine.
That's two.
Well, that's probably the Andre, right? I don't. Number 2 is Andre. Oh, they're both kind of shit.
They both aren't good straight up. That's why you put orange juice
Is
in
one say B and one?
Need
One
to-
says B
Blank.
and one says nothing. I figured I only need to mark one cup, right?
So
That's
I think
efficient.
the second one you handed me,
The
I
blank
think is
cup?
the Andre because it's
Yes.
it tastes
It's
more
not
like the
good.
mimosa I like.
It's sweeter.
Which
Yeah.
one did you say you like?
I think this is the Andre because
The
it's
blank
sweeter.
one?
Yeah, the blank one. That's what I'm going with. The first one's very dry, but of
Yeah.
course that is extra dry Andre.
So you're saying B is Andre.
Is that the second one?
No, the second one's
one.
Andre.
The blank one's Andre.
Blank is Andre. B is
All right.
is the high-end $25
What do you think?
champagne.
I
Same.
concur.
I like the B a lot better.
You would.
Well, of course, fancy pants.
Yeah.
It's just
So you think
It's a little
you
bit
think
more bitter.
the blank one's Andre?
No one likes a B.
I get it.
because I feel like I've drank Andre before, but I honestly don't know that I've drank it just straight. So it's hard for me to.
Not on New Year's Eve.
Did we,
I
did
don't
we
know.
drink Andre?
I'm just assuming at some
It's
point.
a bad year. That's a bad omen. You don't want to start New Year's with
We
Andre.
drank. Oh, I remember because we were standing in front of the band, and there was a guy that doesn't drink in the band, and I was like, "Well, if you're not gonna drink that, I will." But I can't tell you what it
And
tasted
then
like.
somehow we made it home that night.
She fits right in, doesn't she?
Yeah.
She's like, so then I found this recovering alcoholic and stole his drink.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm doing it for you, bro.
Yeah, I'm generous.
You're welcome.
Thank me later.
Yeah.
Want this floater?
All right, so, Dad, did you have a...
I forget which was which now.
So they both work.
I can't help you. No. I mean,
There's
they
one
were
with a
both-
B on it.
They were both okay.
Yeah.
I know, but I wasn't keeping track. By this point,
Who cares?
Yes.
I'm just riding.
We
That
haven't
is
had
probably
any
the mo-
photos yet.
That's probably the most honest review of the
Yeah.
two champagnes there is. Oh, shit, was I supposed to
Yeah.
take notes?
Yeah, that's about it. I mean, yeah. Let me slam that one. Let me slam that one. No.
Done
Was
and
I
done.
Supposed to, are they supposed to be different? I don't know.
So they
Which is
work.
honestly how I drink champagne.
Yes.
This is the
Most
first time
people
I've
do,
ever-
right?
Yeah, I would hope so.
Casey, did you give an opinion on these?
I much prefer the blank one. The B is a B. Like I would.
There you go.
I would ask to return that to the kitchen,
Yeah.
or be upset I paid $25 in Venmo money.
I'm gonna say B is the more expensive one.
B was the more expensive one. The blank one was the Andre.
So we all got it right
Yes.
as far as when it was straight up.
Yes.
You could tell.
But I think we also did have the knowledge that the sweeter one was going
Yeah, we
to
did.
be.
Yeah.
Way easier.
I think we did
Yeah.
learn something. Yeah, that's true. We had some previous information.
How did you but which one did you like better?
Drinking it straight, I think there's a much clearer winner. Like the
The
B is much.
the high end one is
Yeah.
definitely tastes better. Straight.
Andre's just sweeter. Like if you want something sweet, it's just got added sugar.
Yeah, I think they're adding sugar probably because it probably Andre without sugar probably tastes worse.
Yes. Yeah, the sugar's
or
masking.
better.
Yeah,
I
depending
think
on
I
your
think my
flavor.
Thrive's wearing off. My head just started hurting.
There you go.
My Thrive's going away. It
Probably
could be.
it's
Headphones
probably
on
the whole like A B what I'm confused now. That's probably
I
what's
need
making
to
it.
hop off the mic really fast because I'm very full of liquid right now.
Yeah, go for it.
Tear it up.
Go for it. You're good. Anywhere over there. He's like
Yep.
the restroom. Oh man. That is interesting though. We have learned something today. And it looks like we've learned a lot because I see about 17
Yeah, there's a ton of cups up here.
17.
You're going to be asking questions when you get mimosas now, I have a feeling.
Yes.
Like, what are you putting in this?
Yes.
I need to know.
Yeah.
You're going to be disappointed.
I feel like I'm
Exactly.
going to need to spend some extra time on my squat magic just to
To work off the calories?
Some of these calories.
Is that serious? Can we?
The squat magic?
Yeah.
I'm not sure, man. Troy sent me the
It's got to
link.
be an SNL clip. Like, no one's buying that, right?
Have you bought it yet? On
No.
because I feel like if you guys tested it, that would be a really good podcast idea. Minus,
Yeah.
you might need to shoot video. So
Yeah, I think she's right.
Is
you
she
should test
fucking
it.
with us right now? I don't know.
I mean, I think it's a good idea. It's a great idea.
I'm a little. So if anyone out there hasn't seen the squat magic, it's like
Do yourself a favor.
it's. I don't know how to describe this. It's like
Squat magic
got
in
a
a
s-
dong sarong.
Oh,
oh
yeah.
my God. Yes.
Yeah. Look at it. Now he's all excited.
Now he's in.
Order one.
I mean, honestly, this thing looks like a shock absorber or a piston. With
It looks like a
base.
giant dildo.
I was looking for a way to not say those words, but yeah,
It's what it looks like.
It looks like a dildo that compresses, and you sit on it, and you just
Yeah, that's how
squat.
they work.
You put your butt down, and it compresses, and then goes back up.
It's
I don't-
basically a shake
It's
weight
got
for
to
your
be
legs.
a joke because they would have just. Why wouldn't you just make it look like a chair or something? Why wouldn't you make the handle straight like it goes under your butt?
but also, why can't you just squat like a normal person?
Maybe it adds
Resistance,
resistance.
really
Yes.
good point.
But wouldn't you just like hold weights like a normal?
Yeah, but some people don't have weights in the house. They can add resistance. I mean, Brendan's got a Bowflex.
But
He
they have
doesn't
a
Yeah.
have
squat
weights.
master, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. We got to get our hands on one of these things and see if it's
Just
real.
like the Thigh Master.
Just like it.
But don't you
And
think
the
so?
shake
The
weight.
Thigh Master ended up selling
Bajillions,
boatloads of them
yeah.
because it looked so interesting. The shake weight sold tons because it looked like they were, jerking someone off. I don't know how else to say. I don't know how to. I'm like thinking in my head, like, how do you G rate this?
There's zero chance there's anyone on earth that's been like, yeah, I got these forearms from my shake weight.
Yeah.
No one has ever said that, right?
How'd you get so
Popeye.
shredded, shake weight?
It really works.
Yeah.
Like I'm burning right now.
Yeah.
But the Squat Magic has that same visually. You're like, this is hilarious looking. So they'll probably sell more than they would have.
Like a boat
This is
flex.
ridiculous. I can't even believe that we're thinking this is real. It was made by somebody that's punking us.
I've never been fooled by the internet. And I'm not going to start today.
Is it going on the Shark Tank next week?
Well, if it is, I'll have it.
I'm watching that episode because they were going to decide.
What will
I
Mark
brought you
Cuban
guys one
say?
to try.
Mr.
No,
Wonderful.
you can keep that one.
Yeah, I don't want it back.
Right.
That was yours.
Each one comes with a thing
Yeah.
of Clorox wipes.
You don't borrow up. You don't borrow somebody's Squat Magic. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, would
Oldest rule
would
in
you
the book.
buy a used
Yeah.
Squat Magic?
Lightly used.
You buy it. You are in the market for a used bidet.
No, I'm not. I'm in the market for a bidet. I just didn't know that they had used bidets. And I was on Amazon the other day, and like the Amazon warehouse deals, where like things get sent back. Well, all of a sudden there was a bunch of the bidets for like $150 off in the used section. And I was like, "Where's my tolerance
warm.
level
Yeah.
for used products?" And I mean, it's $150. That's a lot of Andre.
That
But-
is.
But
It's a ton of Andre.
But do you buy a used bidet? That's
But
the
they
They
question.
both will clean you out.
Why wouldn't you? Honestly, why wouldn't you buy a used bidet? Honestly.
Yeah, I mean, he's like certified like a used car. Like they already went through it. They know there's no dingleberries or nothing in it.
I just have a hard time buying anything.
I
that
mean, you go-
used that hovers under a butthole.
you'll sit on
bidet
some.
max. Give me the bidet max on this. I mean, if you could contact the previous owner, find out what was wrong.
Yeah, can you send me
what
pictures
did
of
it-
yourself?
What did, it,
How many miles are on this thing?
what did the bidet not do for you?
Actually, that's true. If they send pictures, it might be worth more. You know what I mean? Like you could be like, "Damn,
Yeah.
this bidet was
One
used."
owner,
Right.
5'10", blonde, 110 pounds. All right.
Yeah.
Man,
I shit strawberries.
they're like 350
Yeah.
unshowered this month.
Yeah. I love chili dogs.
Like,
That
yeah.
thing's really good at getting a lot of surface area. You're going to like it. You're really going to like it.
I feel like that bidet.
Been in 1-2 wrecks maybe.
Yeah.
Where's the-
we get a Carfax.
Some rear end damage
I'm
to
gonna
it.
get the bidet fox on this.
Yeah.
Check it out. Be
You had to
like,
upgrade to the industrial version,
Right. Yeah. More PSI.
or PSI.
Right.
That's actually a very common complaint with bidets is that they don't have enough pressure.
Really?
Yeah, that's why I've been leaning away from the Toto over towards the Bio Bidet. They
Yeah.
seem to have better.
The bio bidet?
Bio Bidet, it's a company out of Chicago. They
You
make.
spend a lot
No,
of time
that's why he's
researching
leaning
I've
towards
never
Yeah.
used a bidet.
out of
I-
Chicago.
Never used a bidet.
No, I was actually about to ask how many people have used a bidet here.
I haven't
Oh,
either.
I
I've
mean-
used one once overseas.
I can honestly tell you, I've used bidets in hotels, which is far dirtier than buying a used
Yeah.
one.
That's a
Yeah,
great point.
That's why. That's what I was getting at. Like you go to a public restroom or you go to your friend's house. Like, what's the difference then?
I don't know. I have certain like rules that just go out the window when I'm in a hotel.
Well, we're using.
What if you
the-
got a bidet and then put it in the dishwasher?
Then I'd never be able to eat off a plate ever again. That would be a horrible decision. But like,
pooping
it's,
in your dishwasher is going to wreck it. I can tell you that. That's a weird place to put it. I would keep it over the toilet. That's just me.
thank
Do it
you.
however you want,
Yeah,
man.
whatever. Hey, maybe you're next level. Maybe
Yes, could
maybe
be.
you're 3018 and I'm over here in 2018.
Oh my!
Oh my god.
Well, we're talking the whole thing about we're talking bidets like the newfangled ones that like attach to your toilet, like not
Bidet
a whole.
seats.
Yeah,
bidet
yeah,
seats. Yeah, they make
It's
the seats
retrofittable.
now.
Yeah,
Do
yeah,
you
Yeah.
not need toilet paper after bidet? I'm just wanted to clear.
You better
Well-
not, or else it's pointless.
Well, it depends.
You're gonna be wet.
because they have but some of them have dryers,
Yeah.
and the ones I'm looking at have dryers. They,
Oh,
they come out and they blow.
They come out.
Well,
Some of those little people that pop out.
well, you have an articulating arm. because you don't the arm can't be out.
What
while
if
you're
that came
crapping.
out early?
It's got to go. Well, and that's the fear. Like, what if that's why they returned the bidet, and now I've got like this this articulating arm that comes out early. And
You're midway through, and you hear the fan kick on. No. Ceiling's ruined.
Yeah.
I don't think that's how it works.
Are you sure? Look it up.
You don't know that's how it
Sounds
works. I mean,
risky.
yeah.
Andre's kicking in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what?
So you're getting a used bidet.
No, I don't know that I am. But I do find that funny though that like my tolerances go out the window when I get to a hotel. Like if I go to a gas station or something, I'm like the guy who puts down all the toilet paper. Like I wipe it down, then I put toilet paper on the seat. I go to a hotel, I don't think twice. I just sit right down.
Yeah.
I don't do that ever.
You don't just sit right now?
No, put paper down on
No,
the seat.
because you're an adult and you know that that's ridiculous.
What do you do if there's stuff on the seat? Like, do you hover or do you?
No, I clean that
like
damn
it?
thing off.
But then you'll sit down.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
But you might need to practice with a squat magic. Then
Yeah,
you could hover.
That's a fair point.
Oh my God! So
Doing no
that's it.
squat magics, you don't need to sit down.
You do a month with the squat
That's a great
magic?
selling point for the squat magic. Like, ever had to go into a porta john?
That's been destroyed.
Tears your legs up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Squat magic. They just show some guy
Exactly.
just perfectly hovering.
Yeah. Reading
great.
a paper.
I tried that hover thing in Germany.
Oh, yeah.
I
remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, the lid was down. It was total darkness in there. I sort of hovered over the toilet, didn't realize the
Lid was on it.
So this is
Nice.
it's kind of awkward. So Sarah only knows
That's the one story I know
one
about
thing
you.
about you. You guys,
and it's a recycled story. I mean, it was so good. I'm telling it for the second time.
Yeah.
It's a great
As you
story.
should.
The podcast
but so
series.
I was trying to get them to come on the show, and they had just gotten back from Germany, and they had this really good blog entry about Germany, and so I thought, okay, well, how do you
My
identify?
dad
relate.
just went to Germany.
And so
Yeah.
I was like, okay, here's what I'll do. So I sent the link over to the episode and was like, we had a great story about Germany too. You should check it out. So they hear that and they're like, yeah, this is not for us. This doesn't make it. And now she gets to meet you.
Full
Yeah,
circle. We've
exactly.
come full circle.
Yep.
Mark that one off the bucket list.
Exactly. Yeah.
Meet the guy.
in the flesh.
Meet the guy.
That's
Well,
awesome.
it's not the Germans' fault. That's one thing we're going to give them a pass on. I mean, I'm the guy who didn't lift up the lid. It wasn't their fault.
This
Did
time.
No one blamed the
I was
entire
gonna say,
nation of Germany.
Did anyone think that was on Germany?
Yeah.
They've done a lot worse.
Yeah.
What if I could, because that was a mess. And I had to,
Did you find the light switch before you cleaned up?
yeah. Oh, the cleanup job was done under the most, surgical conditions. I had plenty of light and lots of paper.
Yeah.
I couldn't walk out and leave it for the cleaning staff to come in.
See, this is why I
Jesus,
just put
that was-
toilet paper
You were
down.
sober.
That was a long
Yeah.
one.
I put toilet paper down. It also helps you to ensure the seat is up because when you're putting down the paper, it's like a checklist.
Yeah.
Seat up, toilet paper down.
Yeah.
in the
mark
right
them
sequence.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for whatever reason, I go.
Well,
on
you edit these podcasts, right? I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. It's good.
Totally. I mean, so far there's only one edit at 15 minutes when Sara dropped Cazey's real name. I saw that. I made a note of it. I was like, all right, I'll take that.
I try
right,
so
good.
hard, and yet I
But that's
still
the
can't
only.
do it.
That would be the only
Always.
edit as far as like defecating on the top of a toilet seat. That stays. That's
Yeah.
that's gold.
I like
gold,
what our
yeah.
line is here. Like,
Yeah.
oh, wrong name, got to get rid of that. Poop stories, keep it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Roll with
I
it.
find it horrible that like we will avoid the topic of number twos. See, now I'm trying to bring it back to a little grown up conversation. But then you come in, and then inevitably we end up down this road. This has happened.
I don't know
couple
why
times.
you're blaming me.
I'm not blaming
I
you.
do. I blame her.
I
Totally.
might. It might be partly to blame.
It's that
Yeah.
sophisticated palate.
But it's awkward. Yeah, you have the most sophisticated palate in the house. Like
My
that.
$25 palette.
Right.
Yeah, like between the two of you, this is you two have proven that you have the highfalutin palate, and then you come in here and we end up talking horrible stuff, and we're supposed to be talking about brunch.
I realized the RVA brunch bars might be melting.
The
Oh
RVA
yeah, the ice cream sandwiches.
Oh,
What?
God,
There's
that's
ice
right.
cream sandwiches?
Yeah, they brought us ice cream sandwiches.
Oh,
we
my
should-
groceries.
I'll let Sarah sell this.
Okay, well, so actually is
Cazey.
So that's a
again.
minute.
Let's start over again.
Okay, so Cazey is an Instagram model and was eating an ice cream sandwich from Nightingale last year, and then reached out to them and said, "Would you want to work with us for Richmond Brunch Weekend?" So they made
Watch
us,
the way I eat this thing.
yeah.
So
They've posted my hands. No, my feet. It's always my feet. I'm
Yes.
holding
You
it.
eat with your feet?
I'll be like holding the ice cream bar. And
I'm
then
doing
my
a very
feet
good job
are-
selling this, I
I
think.
was at a pool, and I had my feet out, and so there's the ice cream bar, and then you can see my toe.
I got you.
Are they all the same?
Yep.
They're all the
so
same.
the brunch bar is a cinnamon French toast
Oh my
sandwich
God.
with
What?
maple blueberry swirl ice cream.
Come on.
And 10% goes back to Massey all month. And they're sold in a dozen locations across the
Brendan,
city.
you're going to have to split with your
All right,
dad.
where are they sold?
Dude,
Um,
these
so-
have
so
the Richmond
in-
Brunch Weekend logo and everything
Yeah.
on here.
Nightingale's been great working with us, and they've put all our information and the Massey lines on there.
Yep. So they're sold in Sheila's Market, Union Market, Elwood Thompson.
All of the Eat RVA restaurants, that's Juan Gonzalez, Food Dog, Fat Dragon, Beijing and Grove.
I swear I saw it at the
You said
Sugar Shack right around the corner.
There, if we have it on our Facebook event, there are a lot of them. It might be melting.
Oh, it's a little melty.
They're still great.
So I like them.
So 10% of this goes back to Massey.
He bites it and all the ice cream just like
Oh, it's
oozes.
totally
so,
melted.
So we recommend.
Crap, that's good though.
the amount of ice cream on your
We
face.
recommend eating this like within 2 to 3 minutes of taking it out of the freezer.
Here, you can have ours because we've
Yeah.
eaten like
We've
one
had
a
a
week.
lot.
Oh, gee, thank you. I'm just watching these guys.
Dude, what kind of?
messy.
Sorry, this is a horrible podcast. Just eating. What kind of ice cream is that? It's like
It's a blueberry
Blueberry?
maple swirl.
holy shnikes.
And it's only available in March. So if you want, you might want to stock up like on the Zima.
I bought 7 of them in one day, and then
Yeah.
kind of made a scene while I was leaving Elwood Thompson because I had like the little carrying case with me, and then was telling people in the line about it.
We're not sure
But-
if there's actual demand or if we just buy them all.
Yeah.
No, but there are at least in 12 locations around Richmond, but we've been surprised they've popped up in a few other locations because Nightingale is across the region and actually outside of Richmond, but we are only available in the Richmond locations.
So that's not an ice cream sandwich.
This is ridiculous.
Like
What is
ice
it?
cream
What
sa-
is it? Heaven?
Yeah, it's far beyond an ice cream sandwich because an ice cream sandwich is processed crap in between processed crap, albeit fantastic. The cookie on that is
that-
like
It's amazing.
amazing and crunchy and like legit, and then the ice cream inside. I don't know about that maple part, but like you can taste some kind of maple, but that blueberry is to die for. That is
Yeah.
one of the best
It
ice
is
creams.
really good.
But that's
This
better
is
than an ice cream
amazing.
sandwich.
We're going to run this in an ad next week.
That is so
I
good.
wish I took pictures of you guys all eating it with just like you look like
It's
2
good.
year olds.
when you
like
bit
ice
into it, it just
cream.
exploded.
Yeah.
Again, they've been melting for an hour.
literally all over my face.
Your dad's doing a great job. He's eating it like a
Well, he
like
had
Grown
that-
up.
He's just like it's like a hot pocket. I mean, he's
Push up.
like, yeah,
Gradually.
he
Surgical
definitely
precision.
he gets it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I just rubbed it all over my face and then licked my beard. I was like, it is good.
Yeah.
I mean, that cookie you could eat. I
That
would just.
cookie's
I would
ridiculous.
eat that cookie just by
Yeah.
itself.
That cookie
Oh, my
is
God.
everything that everybody who ever tried to push an oatmeal raisin cookie on me was trying to do,
Yeah.
and they all blew it. And now I'm like, oh, okay, I get what your grandma was thinking. This is amazing.
what she was aiming for.
I don't want to waste
Yeah,
any of
but-
the ice cream.
Dude,
I know.
I put mine down because I'm smushing it everywhere. I'm just going to let it pool into the bottom and get a straw after the show and finish that thing off. Like, those are great. So you can get these mostly in Richmond, but can people find these outside of Richmond? I think you were
Well,
saying
call me
maybe?
crazy.
can
I don't
buy-
know much about Nightingale. Are
So
they
yeah,
local here?
They're local here, but they are. I believe they're in Virginia and North Carolina. I can't tell you all where they're at, but on their website, Nightingale Ice Cream Sandwiches.com. I believe it's
Okay.
icecreamsandwiches.com.
Those are amazing. If you can find a place that has that, seek that out. That is.
And
they're also at some breweries. I know
We saw them at the Answer when we were. Did you just say that? a
Yeah.
minute ago?
No, I
And-
saw it at Sugar Shack.
Remember when we were
That's
we were
right.
downstairs at the Answer? They had a little freezer behind the bar.
They're,
They-
oh yeah, they're really cool too, and they work with a lot of different.
Local.
So like they're working with us, they'll do with breweries. So some breweries will have specific flavors that you can only buy at those locations, which is really cool.
That's awesome.
So go get Only in March get the brunch bar, but starting April 1st, you
Buy
can
them
get
all,
whatever
yeah.
Nightingale flavor you
So
want.
that's the brunch one specific.
Yeah, that's the brunch bar. But they have a ton of flavors. Like I know they have a lavender, like Earl Grey, which that one it's a chocolate brownie cookie, and then it tastes like tea in the middle. It depends if you like tea. I don't. But then there's a Fat Elvis banana and peanut butter and chocolate.
Quaaludes.
I saw one where
Yeah.
they dipped the entire sandwich in chocolate. I
That's
don't
the
know.
Fat Elvis.
Okay,
That's-
so I was gonna say
yeah.
I don't know what else was with it, but I just saw it dipped in chocolate, and I was like, I'm gonna need that
That
one.
looks like a good bite right there.
And then the Cookie Monster. But only the brunch bar in March.
And that the 10% goes back for only the brunch bar.
Yeah.
I just need to find a place that sells them in general.
Yeah, like this is
Yeah.
really, really good.
I'm gonna have to go buy a ton of these. And be like, the kids would love these.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Then
They
I'll
told
just
me.
maul them.
I love that last episode a week ago after the show ended. We all sat out here and we were going back and forth about how hard we were trying to cut weight and how we were really going to be focused on we're not drinking any more like beers, and we're not eating any more carbs and all this crap. And we had a big long talk, and I was pretty sure. In fact, Troy and I are doing something called the 50 push-ups a day challenge for the next 30 days. We're
That
just
sounds
gonna.
brutal.
We're just. It's not. I'm not happy about it. But we were drunk
you were
when we
gonna say it's not
decided.
happening.
No, it's so far so good. We're like 3 days in.
Does that really sound brutal?
50 push-ups?
It
In a
just
day?
I could do like
in a
10.
day.
it's that easy, and that's right. When you think about it, it's very easy. But then, like when the day's winding down, and you haven't done it. You're like, crap. It's just like anything else. It's like
Yeah.
taking out the trash. It sucks.
I hear you.
Do you do? So
Maybe
you
that's
start
just
the,
because. Okay, go ahead.
Do the first day you have to do 50, or you build up to 50?
It's however you get to 50 over the course of the day. You can do
Okay.
5-10 times,
Uh-huh.
but you got to get to 50 push-ups a day. Rock
Oh.
on. And we were talking about how we were going to get in shape, and now here we are. You fast forward just a few days, and we're like,
Yeah, this was Thursday. Today's Sunday.
and we are now like we're drinking whatever we want. I am so bloated from all the food I've had. We're eating ice cream sandwiches. It's like we're off the wagon.
Honestly, but it's like for a good cause, so it doesn't really count.
So if you
I
don't
like
do
your
it,
attitude.
donate $10 to Massey every day.
Via Venmo.
In
By
Casey's
Venmo.
Venmo.
Well,
Yeah.
send it to me, and I'll pass it on.
Yeah, at least 10%.
Yes, he'll take care of it.
You all
for
could
us.
do it right now.
I
if you haven't
didn't
done it yet
even
today.
know I wanted an ice cream sandwich.
I didn't either.
And now
I was
that's all I
expecting
will
a-
ever think
I was
of.
expecting a Bobo
Yeah,
ice
yeah,
cream sandwich. Like
I did.
regular old.
Yeah, I expected some Turkey Hill nonsense.
Yeah, yeah.
I got in here. I was like, "Oh, Nightingale's a different ball game."
Yeah,
That is-
apparently.
that is fantastic.
Like how thick they are is what got me the first time. Like I looked
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
it and I was like, that is 2 full-sized cookies.
Yeah.
With like a inch of ice cream
Exactly.
in between.
We
it.
should warn you, it is 2 servings of the thing.
No,
No,
you
no,
know.
it's not.
Yeah.
There's no serving size and there's no calorie mention on the outside of the
Oh, that's-
packaging. So
I love
think,
it.
I think it means
Less
it doesn't
guilt.
count.
Yeah.
I agree.
oh, then we're back. I'll have
Yeah.
two.
I do have to say this seems pretty genius. There's not gourmet ice cream bars, right? Like not ice cream sandwiches. Like I feel like there's the one we all know, and then nothing. So like this is pretty genius.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's always gourmet ice cream and gelati
Yeah.
places and all that. Like you can get that every town. There's a couple places that do it. But you're right. They don't
Dairy
take the
Queen.
time to mash it in between some gourmet cookies.
That was amazing.
That was really good. I wasn't expecting
Yeah,
that.
thank you for that.
Yeah, of
You're
course.
welcome. Just make sure you buy some more this month.
I was
I
about to say,
will.
since we didn't pay anything, we didn't actually help the cause. So
Don't worry, we help the cause.
Yeah.
We
Do you
did
think
know
we're
them.
not going to buy some after
Right.
that?
I mean, I pretty much went to Elwood Thompson, and then it was really nice because I'm like talking about it in the line, and then a couple hours later they posted a picture of it on Instagram, and I was like, maybe me buying out pretty much most of their supply helped.
Yeah.
This woman just wanted so many. We need to let everyone
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, they must be
Right.
really good.
come before she comes back.
Yeah.
that's
Right.
the oldest trick. You buy it all
Someone
up.
really likes ice cream sandwiches.
Yeah.
The manager's in the back, like, I'm telling you, they're flying off the shelves.
Casey visited the same market 3 days in a row asking for them.
Did
and
you?
his-
I did.
and
Shields Market. I asked. I was like, "When do you get a restock?" And they're like, "Which flavor are you looking for?" I'm like, "The brunch bar." And they were like, well, "Let's."
Isn't that the flavor everyone's looking
Yeah.
for,
Yeah,
ma'am?
obviously, it's
Yeah.
Marge.
That's how you create fake demand, right there.
Yeah.
That's
He's got a fake mustache on one time.
Exactly.
It's almost not
yeah.
even fake though, because we are legitimately looking for them. But
Yeah.
But for like promotional purposes.
Sarah's on his shoulders. They got the long trench coat. I'm here for the Nightingale ice cream bars. Do you have any more?
Exactly. exactly.
Well, you'll see me coming.
Speaking of that, did you see the shit about the kids that went to the movie dressed like that?
Yes.
Yes, they
What happened? Oh,
they did like
They
the
did that.
actual on the shoulders two people for
Like
one
the picture
movie.
of them
What are
is
they trying to
the
to
say?
get into, to get into the R-rated movie.
Did it work?
The picture of them is
No, you-
standing in line like 8 feet tall with the trench coat.
They're all like wobbly and kind of sweating.
It was
all weird.
perfect.
They did not get away.
What
with
I
it.
movie
feel like
was
I
it?
would let them in just for like
I
how
would
hard they were
too.
Yeah.
working.
Yeah, you got to give some credit. You go, yeah,
their
that
intellect
counts.
is obviously there. Like they're intelligent enough.
And you
to
know
be 17.
they've been watching some old school cartoons. Like you don't get that off some new stuff. That's some old school stuff. Like that's some Looney Tunes. You gotta wonder, has that ever worked ever?
It's had to have worked. At
No one's
some
tried that.
It was.
It was in every
it was-
cartoon
Three
I was a
Stooges.
kid. Yeah.
Yeah, you always saw it.
Yeah, but I
as
mean,
a
those
kid.
humans have tried it. They did it in Space Jam. I get it.
I mean, you're not even saving money because you got to go buy that trench coat.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
like
Where do you find an 8-foot trench coat?
we need
It's
an
an
8-foot
investment.
trench coat. Exactly. Like we're gonna do this all the time. We're getting in these movies for free all month. Oh, here comes Too Tall Tommy again. Fuck, that guy loves movies.
Have you all heard about the Movie Pass?
Yeah, so I'm trying to wrap my head around exactly how
I have
Movie
not
Pass
heard about
works.
this.
Are you
I just
well
got
versed?
mine, but I know how it works. My friends did it, so I got it because they said it's been working. So you pay. I paid $114 for the whole year.
They tried to get into Black Panther.
Okay, so you spent $114.
One time
Wait,
payment.
this actually looks legit though.
It is legit.
That's
But also like Black Panther outlet. I mean, I don't have kids.
I think it's
but, like, I feel like it's not-
PG-13.
They rolled up like 8 feet
What are
tall.
they?
Maybe they're old enough, but they're trying to 2 for 1 it. Only need one ticket.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's some
exactly.
cheesecake. Like,
That's hilarious.
You'll have to put that picture up so people know what we're talking about.
I will.
Put that on the Facebook.
I feel
Well,
like
they had a hat and a scarf, so I feel like you almost don't even notice that it's like a
The
child's
kid on the
face.
bottom-
Hello,
like,
ma'am.
uh,
I'd like
So
a
they
ticket, please.
The kid on the bottom's like a teenager or like an adult. And there's
Yeah.
like some small kid at the top. That's hilarious.
2 tickets, please. Your penis is
I
talking.
find that.
That's awkward for everybody. All right, so Casey, explain to me how this thing works because I don't see how they're making money as far as.
I don't know how they're making money either. But I'm
What
like,
is it?
That's not my problem. So you
Well,
buy.
it's what we're gonna get to.
You pay a one-time fee for the year. It's like I think
Impatient.
it was.
But I don't understand.
Well, I buried the lead. You just said, tell me how Movie Pass works. What is it? I don't even know what you say Movie Pass. I don't know what that means.
So Movie Pass is a card you order online. You pay a one-time annual fee. So I think I paid $114. It might have been $98, but it's around that. And
Ish.
It's 114
It's like-
or 98. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna split it on Venmo, but you.
Are you
go
gonna
to the
give
movie
out-
one day every day? You can go to the movies, but you can only get one ticket a day. But you never pay, so you check in when you're at the theater. So you can't do that ahead of time. You have to be in the parking lot or on the premises.
Uh-huh.
You check in, and you have this card, and they allot you like the amount of money for the ticket, and you just buy the ticket.
That
And
sounds awesome.
How long is it good for?
the
1
year.
year.
So the year, and then you.
and it's somewhere between $98 and $114.
I'm in at
Plus
98,
tax.
but you get me over 112 and I'm out.
So,
So
I
that's good
pay-
for what, like 8 to 10
If
movie
you go,
trips?
yeah, if you go to the movies more than like 7 times, I don't know how.
But
Yeah.
technically, I go to
Yeah.
a movie every single day.
I go to you can go to the movie every single day. I go to the movie once a week, so I was like, it's worth it.
but I don't
He
understand how they
can,
make
not he
money.
does. He said
But
he
I don't know
okay.
how they're making money because I think they're relying on the fact that
I go
enough
every day.
Yeah.
people will buy it and they're not all going to go like that 12 times you
Yeah.
have to go.
So they
It's like
are
your- it's
banking
like
on
a
a gym membership.
camp card.
Gym membership, yeah, or the Kings of Ming season pass. Like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go all the time, and you might not go twice.
Right.
yeah.
Okay, so that's a dangerous.
Is it a certain like AMC only, or is
Yes,
it?
you have to. It's AMC. I know it's at Bowtie because that's the theater I go to, and Regal. So I don't. There are limited theaters.
Are there
but
like time limits? Because that's the kick in the
you
pants.
just
Yeah.
have to go.
Like no Friday, Saturday
day-
nights.
No, it's every day, but you have to be on premise, so you can't. Like if you showed up to Black Panther, it might be sold out. 'Cause
Yeah.
you got there. Or you could go at 10 a.m. and get your ticket.
Like fly and
at 7
standby?
p.m. and then come back. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
so you
so
gotta
I
wait
could
in the
show
line to
up.
get the ticket to do
You
it.
do have to get in the line.
That's kind of. I always walk in and I look at the people in line. I'm like, who are these suckers that
Yeah.
haven't found the internet yet?
Yeah.
Yeah,
do you pay
that's
the
me.
the online fee when you buy your ticket online?
I don't know.
Don't care.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a fee. It's like
Well,
between
there's
98
kiosks
and
now.
$2.
We went to the wife and I went to a movie a month ago on a whim. The kids were staying with the grandparents, and like there was a 25, 30 people in line, and then there's a kiosk.
Yeah,
I was
no
like,
one
Yeah.
goes to the
oh yeah, I'll
kiosk.
just do this.
just like the airport. nobody goes. You're like, well, now everybody goes, but like 5 years ago,
Yeah.
no, when they were like, it's a UFO. What is that weird thing? Everyone's standing in line. And
Yeah, I don't get that. I was in Sheetz the other day, and there was someone standing there, and they were like ordering over the damn thing to the people. I'm like, touch the screen.
Yeah.
It's literally you're standing at
well,
it.
the McDonald's just by me went to that.
It was
and,
genius.
They're still like older people, and you can't tell if it's because they can't read,
Yeah.
and you're kind of like,
Or
that
can't
sucks.
see.
or just like I don't
Or
know
don't
what this
understand it.
fuddy-duddy touchscreen is. You know what I mean? I want to be able to yell at someone.
I love touchscreens because I'm very particular in what I want, but I'm certainly not particular
I am
in
picky
how
though.
I
Like
order.
if it's a slow touchscreen and you have to like hit it and then it just sits there for a second, you have to hit it again and it already, you know what I mean? That drives me up a
I
wall.
love not having to talk to anyone, and then
Yeah.
if you do it at Panera, you can like add extra things with no charge. And like, I'm not going to stand there and be like, "Can you actually remove the lettuce and
Right.
add
Yeah,
tomatoes?"
and I'll never
Well, that's
Yeah.
where the
Yeah.
touchscreens are genius because you're basically playing a stupid game of telephone when you're telling the worker, I don't want onions. And the next thing you know, you
Double
get extra
onions.
onions. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, okay, I can't even be mad at you because the system's flawed. Like, you're going to mess up when you hear onions, you know?
The Panera one is absolutely crazy because
Yeah.
you can start with a salad and end with a sandwich. Like
Yeah.
they will let you do anything. Like I'll go in
really?
there and go, got a salad, remove the lettuce, add bread, turn it into a roast beef sandwich before it's done. Like genius. Haha.
Yeah.
Like it's wild how
Do you ever do the pickup? Because I will like, if I'm leaving work or something and I know I want Panera, I'll order it. Then you just walk in, it's on a shelf, you grab it, and then you get back in your car and go. You don't even like
Oh, really?
interact with a single person.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
see. I
And it just
love-
says Sarah on
Yep.
the thing.
It
That's
has my
awesome.
name on it, and then I
I
can
grab
just pick
Sarah's
it up and
order
go.
a lot.
I was just going to say, you can just grab, Steve looks like he would eat something good.
Yeah.
Let me just check, and this
That's
one looks
right.
good.
Extra bread.
You're just
I'm good.
smelling the bags walking along. Bacon, got it.
Sniffing bags for years.
I did that at Starbucks too, because you can order it and then you just like walk in and it's a mobile order, so you pick it up and leave. And that's when I was really giggling because like the drive-through was wrapped around the building, and I was like, all you suckers don't know how to use your phone.
Can we talk about how much
I
dog
love
shit
it. Cost?
Starbucks coffee
Oh,
is?
I
We've
was
already
like,
talked
what
about that, haven't we?
Oh yeah, it's really
Like
I get
their
a lot of
regular
gift cards
coffee.
from
Yeah,
it,
their
but-
regular coffee isn't.
Like their candy stuff's amazing. I
Yeah.
get that. But like
Their
if you go for
milkshakes.
like coffee with cream, that's
It's the worst.
horrible.
Yeah.
So I actually heard. So I mean, this was like from a coworker, but they said that they intentionally burn all of the beans to make sure that it tastes the same across the country. 'cause
Really?
They're not
I've heard that.
sourcing. Yeah, they're not sourcing the beans from like the same farms.
So you
So-
screw up the roasting
Yes.
process to make it consistent?
But now the American public thinks that's how coffee is supposed to taste. So it kind of messes with you
Wow.
because like there's such a big coffee.
This
Fake
is
news is real
interesting.
news.
I would like
guess
to
so.
know.
That's wild.
I would like to know what percentage of Starbucks drinkers drink their coffee.
Regular coffee? you
Yeah,
mean?
because I feel like everybody's getting the
like
milkshakes.
$5 really
Yeah,
expensive drinks. Yeah.
yeah.
I get regular coffee there when I go. But
I
I
got,
Really?
like,
that's all I drink
Yeah.
is really is regular coffee.
But why would you go there? Why wouldn't you go somewhere else?
Must be close.
It's
so
literally it's
convenient.
if I don't want to get out of the car. I only will go if they have a
Oh,
drive-through.
okay.
I
The
don't
only way I
like-
go is because Angela or
Yeah,
one-
somebody else wants a
wants
drink,
something
wants a milkshake
from there specifically.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, I'm not going to two places because that just seems stupid.
But like there's a Sheetz right next to the Starbucks here, and I always go to the Sheetz.
Yeah.
yeah.
In fact,
Same with Wawa. Wawa's good.
Yeah.
Wawa and Dunkin'
7-Eleven's
Donuts have
good.
the best coffee. As
I
far
like
as I'm
7-Eleven
concerned.
coffee. I tell you where Starbucks is. I mean, obviously they're genius in a lot of ways, but they're in like all these Targets and grocery stores now. So I'm always like, I don't want coffee, and then I walk in and we're like, oh, yep, now I do. It's right here. I'm walking past
Yeah.
it.
I love the crap where they just sell like the logo to random places. It says brewed. We proudly brew Starbucks coffee, so it looks like a Starbucks. They just make money. They're like, all right, it's going to cost you $1,500. You can put our sign up,
And
and
it's
you have
folders.
to buy your coffee from
Yeah.
us. It's like,
Yeah.
that's brilliant. And they're not making real Starbucks stuff. It's like, and
They're
now
just
everyone's
brewing the
getting burnt
crap coffee?
coffee. I'm shocked that it's burnt coffee. It makes sense because that is one.
It's
way
what it
to-
tastes like.
It's one
Yeah.
way to instill consistency. If you fuck it up just right every
Yeah.
time,
People will get used to it, and then you know what you're getting at every Starbucks.
Yeah.
Well, that's where I stand on Subway. A buddy of mine hates it. A lot of people don't like it, and I go, people go there because they know what they're getting. When they get a turkey sandwich there, they know what they're getting.
Yeah.
Like, and yes, the mom and pops are always better than a Subway, but
I do not like Subway, and
Subway.
Angela loves it. Like, I would much rather go to, like, there's a Jersey Mike's right next to the Subway. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I want to go. I don't want to go to Subway, like, but she contends that Subway's way better.
see, you
then-
can't argue. Yeah, I mean that's not.
Yeah, but I
You've
do,
had Zeros?
They do have much better
Zero's is
toppings.
good.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They have
yeah.
way more options for veggies and stuff.
Well, that's my Qdoba Chipotle argument that you guys won't listen to.
Wait,
No.
so which one are you?
I'm a Qdoba guy.
And you guys are Chipotle?
Yeah, I love E.
This is a
coli.
sore.
I'm into Moe's.
Yeah, Moe's is really
Mose is good.
Yeah, Chipotle crushes Qdoba, and I've given Qdoba about 45 chances
Qdoba's
because it's
no
closest
good.
to
I
it's
love
closer to my house. So I go up there and I'm like, let's give it a run again, and it's just average
What?
every
Yeah.
time.
I love Qdoba actually more than Chipotle.
See, I really
too.
like Chipotle, but I think it's also because I've probably only eaten Qdoba like maybe 5 times in my life.
Yeah.
So from the like, you know what you're getting aspect,
Yeah.
like Chipotle.
it's
Right.
free guacamole though. with Qdoba.
While we're on this the burrito topic, I'm putting you on the spot here.
Let's
So
go get burritos.
Start
Yeah.
cooking
Is that
breakfast
where we're going?
burritos. Is there a place in town, not Sonic, that has an awesome breakfast burrito? Because I'm just now discovering breakfast burritos. I love them.
Starlight.
Starlight.
Well,
has-
and so 23rd and Main also does a tempura.
Where are they located?
Battered
Whoa,
23rd
fried
and Main?
burrito.
You just said tempura. I'm in.
Yeah.
hold on, it's a what's in tempura?
So it's like that crispy.
No. Like, it's not tempura shrimp, or is it tempura
Oh, like
vegetables?
the
What's-
like outside, like the way
Oh,
they
God.
cook it. So like they make a breakfast burrito and then like put it in the
Oh, my
batter
gosh.
and then fry it.
So it's like a chimichanga.
So it's like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Monte Cristo of breakfast burritos.
Yeah, it was mind blowing.
And this
Where was
is
this?
20, yeah,
23rd and Main, which is at 23rd and Main.
Dead
Yeah.
giveaway.
I get it. Thank you for clearing that
You're-
up.
I am here for you guys.
I see that. So they actually have.
You said Starlight?
I really like Starlight. They also have it's a quesadilla or a burrito. I prefer the quesadilla, but the burrito.
Really?
It's just they just roll.
Starlight
one
is one of
them
my favorite brunch places, and they are participating this year.
Awesome.
Ooh.
It's 23rd and Main
Yep.
They
participating.
are. We would never sell you anyone else.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. So there for brunch weekend, there's a little tidbit. There's 2 amazing breakfast burritos. Now, if there was only a reason to go to 2 brunches, if I could, you know what? There is.
You might win a gift card.
You could do hashtag RVA double brunch,
Boom.
and you can go one on Saturday, get the breakfast burrito at Starlight, which would be Casey's vote, and then you could go to 23rd and Main and get the deep fried burrito, which is Sarah's vote. Hit the hashtag, but also hashtag ITPH and let us
Yes,
know which
let
one
us
you
know
like
which one
better.
you like better. Because we're going to road trip for sure.
Yeah, and I want to streamline this because I will be at the other Social 52.
What time are you guys going to be there?
Yeah, we need to put that out.
So they serve brunch between
Thank you,
10
Sarah.
and 10 and 2, and we are trying to figure out
10 and 3.
10 and 3, and we have
When the mimosas run out.
the mimosas never run out, and they
Andre.
have Andre
On
for
tap.
days. So we will be there, but we haven't decided because if we go first thing in the morning, which would be a smart move because we have all this crap we need to set up. So we show up there early in the morning at 10, like at least we're not going to like invade too much space.
Yeah.
But it makes for a long day, so I'd rather
And
go
we have
later.
a party that night.
We have a party at
Penny
Lane at 7 o'clock that night.
Penny Lane is fun.
love
Yes. We've had the
Yeah.
owner on here a couple times on the show, so it's definitely one of our favorite haunts. But so we'll be there at 7, and I'm nervous about the potential.
Are you
of
guys podcasting twice that day?
Hadn't thought about it.
'Cause that would be
No.
really cool.
Yeah, I'd love to see it. 8
Hashtag
p.m.
RVA double podcast.
Double
Yeah.
podcast.
Can we get a gift card if we do it?
Yes.
Exactly.
We have podcasted from Penny Lane.
Yeah.
Yeah, go back
In the
and check
past,
out
yeah.
that episode. It's definitely it's a funny one, to say the least.
Yeah.
I learned a lot about soccer that day, or
Yeah.
football. Yes, exactly. I've
Did we
become.
become Manchester fans?
I'm a Liverpool.
Liverpool.
Fan.
We're
That's
Liverpool.
right.
Officially a Liverpool.
Richmond,
fan now.
Liverpool.
Yeah,
Terry,
but so
Terry's going to cut me for saying that.
That's right.
yeah, Manchester, you're out. You're like, why are all the beers costing $10
Right.
next week?
We've been trying to go because all those games are like 7 a.m. on Saturday mornings.
Yeah.
So we're trying to get over there for one of those games.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
That would be awesome.
I don't really even pay attention to I don't watch any sports, but when I try to watch sports, it's always at Penny Lane.
But you play
I was
sports.
just-
Like
Yeah.
I,
Played them this
I
morning.
play a lot of sports, but
Tons.
I don't watch them.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm
You're playing
super
flag
athletic.
football now, right?
Yeah,
Is that
so-
co-ed or all girls, or what kind of team are you on?
It's co-ed. We lost our first game today, but I caught the ball twice, so like I'm at least
That's
kind of
awesome.
participating.
Coordinated.
Yeah.
How many times
then-
did they throw the ball to
She was
you?
on sideline.
I think three 3 times,
Okay,
so my
'cause
ratio is
She
not
was on the
horrible.
sideline.
I did.
Yeah.
She was just playing catch by
I'm just
herself.
saying, when you say
throwing
you,
it up in the air.
when you caught the ball twice, that could be a very skewed number. It's
True.
like, okay, if you're thrown to 2 times, then yes, you're dominant. But if you were thrown to 15 times and caught it twice,
Not great.
like, so you got to give us all the information. So
There is
3
something going on I'm pretty excited about, which many of you may not be, but if you follow golf at all, Tiger Woods
Yes.
is second place, probably in the first time in
Yes.
10, 15 years,
I want to watch that this afternoon.
coming into today. So a lot of people are going to be watching that.
Well, that gives me a reason to drink.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's what I needed.
Just what you
Which
needed.
is so weird how everybody pulls for that guy. I try to make a mental note to not, but I can't.
Yeah.
Well,
I
I
like
can't
to
help
watch
it.
him dominate.
I do too, and it's like I like seeing records broken. So
He loves
he's
brunch.
got he's got.
But you don't like watching the Patriots dominate.
I do. That's
See,
why I
I
pulled for
don't.
the Patriots.
See, I don't.
Yeah, I don't mind. Like when they were almost going undefeated season, I was pulling for them because I wanted to see that
Yeah.
happen. Because then you'd be 60 and you'd be like, I remember when that happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Same thing with Jack's record. I'd like to see someone try to
Yeah.
come close to beating it.
Well, he's 4 away.
I think so.
He
yeah.
has 14. Jack has 18.
Yeah.
And Tiger's he loves brunch so much he banged that Perkins waitress.
That's
Yeah, he
right.
did.
That's how much that guy loves brunch. He's
My
His
man
love of
caught a
brunch.
golf club off the head.
Dude,
She clubbed his
She
ass.
went
Yeah, she did.
off.
Yeah.
well, when you're like some highfalutin model and he's banging the pancake flipper, it'll piss you off.
Yeah, unless they're really
If
good
only,
pancakes.
Yeah.
if that's
Right.
all,
Yeah.
if that's all he was doing.
Is Perkins participating?
Unfortunately not, but
No?
maybe next year.
Yeah.
They have a lot of
market.
restaurants, so that would bring us in a ton of money for Massey.
It would. We've
That
got a
would
few calls into them.
Now, so this is we're on the heels of it. I hope everybody does get out and participate. And where can they find it? They said if they go over to the As Told Over Brunch actual blog page, you can find the link there. What's the actual website?
So it's richmondbrunchweekend.com, and you can see the map. You can see all of the restaurants. We link out to all the brunch menus, so you can decide where you want to eat. And then we also say if they're open Saturday or Sunday, so
And
it's
on
all up there.
Instagram and Twitter, it's Richmond Brunch. Just search that. And on Facebook, Richmond Brunch Weekend. You're going to find it. Just type it into Google.
and you're going to have
Into
a
what?
restaurant.
Google. The Google.
It's Bing for us.
Jeeves might tell you where to go.
Yahoo guy.
Ask
Maybe try
Ask
Chrome, but Internet Explorer might get you there too.
Our
Yeah.
email address is actually rvabrunchweekend at AOL.com.
No, just kidding.
No,
Nice.
at Gmail.
Netscape Navigator. Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of, I have a handful of CDs. If anyone wants some hours for online, I got
Yeah.
a ton of free AOL time.
You're like,
Yeah, hit me up. I'll get you online.
I do hate Bing and Internet Explorer. My
Yeah.
company, like they have half the web. Like you need to use IE for some things.
Yeah.
But I try to use Chrome for everything, and it always fails. I
we still
can't
use
stand
it.
it.
We have Outlook. I'm like, what?
I do love Outlook.
I don't like Outlook.
Oh, I love Outlook.
Man, that
Email.
Google Mail is so much better.
you were talking about the touch screens and they're slow. Like, I feel like you touch Internet Explorer, it stops. It's not going. And then you're
Yeah.
on Chrome, then you have suddenly 10 Internet Explorer windows open. You're like, I never.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I hate about Internet Explorer. I'll keep touching it until I quit, and then it'll all show up later.
Like I'm ready now.
yeah. You wanted to
all
browse?
here.
Yeah.
It is the absolute worst.
Yeah.
Like,
it
okay,
is.
well, if you're not going to use this, we're just going to download viruses in the background. Okay, thank you, Internet Explorer. Thank you for your time.
Yeah.
So helpful.
I was
No,
trying to get in touch with a guy the other day who had a Prodigy
Oh, damn.
email address.
That guy's
Never
dead.
heard of that.
Yeah, he gone.
Prodigy.com. No, I got bounced back on the mail, but
Clearly.
I would
Yeah.
assume. So you've never heard of Prodigy, have
I've
you?
never heard of that
So
either.
Prodigy
No, this
was
is-
like
It sounds like New World.
I think it was somehow tied to like Radio Shack, and it was one of the first like ways to connect to the internet.
Great band.
it was a portal.
And they
like
kind of-
Yahoo and
Yeah, and they positioned themselves almost like we're like an encyclopedia. Like, look at all this stuff that's out there, and that's
they
how
just
they.
had their own content.
Yeah, it was. So I guess it was like an AOL before AOL.
You know, they had chat rooms and BBA, bulletin board services,
Yeah,
nomenclature they had in the early days of the web. But you couldn't go through their, browser. You couldn't go through their search engine and find anything on the web. It's just all their stuff.
see, so it was just their content.
Yeah.
So they didn't get it. They
That's
were
how,
like,
that's how CompuServe started out too. All those,
well,
and
they're still
GE.
around. Prodigy's
Yeah, they're
full
still
blown
around.
gone. I mean, they just
Yeah.
poof.
Except this poor bastard out there waiting for mail. This Prodigy.
No one's contacted me in years.
Yeah.
He
Even
checks it
checking
every
his
day.
email.
They were all wrong about this email thing. There you go.
There's some Prodigy. Yeah. Casey has no idea what that is either. He's like, what?
Oh
in
my
the world?
gosh.
That's the fire starter.
90s called. Get on it. Prodigy. They're awesome.
If you Venmo Casey some money, he'll go ahead and he'll sign up for a Prodigy account. Hell, you send him like $20, he can probably buy Prodigy and see if we could try to get this thing
Revive it.
back online. Send him 30, he'll own MySpace too. Living the dream over here.
For a while there, MySpace was going to make a comeback because Justin Timberlake bought it.
Yeah.
I thought
Did
for sure.
Justin Timberlake make a comeback?
Oh.
He never left.
Oh.
The guy is a triple threat. Don't
Yeah.
get me started.
He still got those moves.
Yeah.
He was dancing up the staircases at the Super Bowl.
This is definitely not one of those things where I put my flag down. I am a Justin Timberlake guy, and it never ends well for me.
Yeah, I like him. You know, I did some legal work for MySpace when they were starting out.
For Tom?
Yeah, whatever the guy was.
Yeah, that was his name.
You know,
Friends with everyone.
They called
Yeah,
me
he
up.
is.
And of course, this is MySpace. There's no such thing as Facebook. There's this MySpace. They're the pioneers, except they didn't make billions. And then Rupert Murdoch bought them out. Then I never heard from him again. But
I think everyone's pages are still active right now.
But
you
I
can go
had
log
this,
in.
You know, I had this conversation, and they're trying to explain the service to me. I was thinking, who wants this shit? I mean, said, well, it's like you have your own website.
Then that was the logic. and
I
it
never
was
had a
brilliant.
MySpace
Before
page.
Tumblrs and
Post
blogs.
stuff
Yeah.
about yourself, and I was thinking, well, I can go to any ISP and get a website. What's the deal with this thing?
People love how easy it was, and I remember it was
Yeah,
so
of
easy
course.
to
You had your cover song that would play as soon as you
Yeah.
got on.
Mine is still
Kid Rock, got to be.
Kid Rock. Yeah,
And then Zuckerberg comes along and invents the same thing.
just much
Yeah.
better.
Well, Facebook was originally exclusive, so
Just to college kids,
Yeah.
and
Facebook
on
was
that
Harvard.
campus. Yeah,
That
it
gave
was a
it little-
Harvard.
Gave it a little cachet,
Yeah.
you know. But now it's for everybody. But the MySpace guys just got.
It didn't work out in the end because it loaded slow. It was a pain in the ass, and Facebook was like, you can customize it, but not as much. So
I actually had two
That's it.
MySpaces. Prodigy.
I don't understand what
My
he's-
8-year-old knows that song.
Brennan should.
I mean, this is what gets you hyped up at the arenas when you're watching sports. Right? Oh, that's Kid Rock, bottom to bottom. Yeah, dig that.
Was this your MySpace?
No, it was Amen.
Oh.
So I was trying to let people know how.
That was
smart
newer
I
Kid
was.
Rock.
Yeah, that's too hard for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like all the angry.
Yeah.
It's too much yelling for me. I like country Kid Rock.
That's awesome, Kid Rock. That's when he was hungry and didn't give a shit.
It's all awesome, Kid Rock.
We'll have to get him on in a couple weeks. That'll be,
He's probably pretty available now, right?
I would get now.
Yeah.
There's a guy who loves Waffle House. He's been arrested twice in Waffle House that I know of.
Good for him.
So I got
What was he doing?
He gets in fights there. He just runs off at the mouth because for some reason it
I
it
said
seems
smothered
like-
egg covered.
That's right, yeah.
My name is Kid.
hash browns.
I got a buddy of mine who's in the Air Force, and he's like a assistant / chef for like chief of staff, 4 stars.
Yeah.
And he's gone on all those USO tours, and he's told me he parties hard with Kid Rock.
I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
the
gotta
kid's
live
not
up.
faking. He
Like
really
he would
parties.
come to their door at like 3 a.m. and he'd be like, "Where you at, man? We still partying."
Let's go.
Yeah.
That's good for the military. Keep them hungover. They need some Thrive pills.
Yeah.
So they can be ready when they need them. So, but I'm excited. Look, I'm excited about Brunch Weekend. We need to get as many people out as we can. This is for a damn good cause, and all you have to do is eat.
Yeah, you half-ass listeners out there, y'all got to eat that day. Come on out.
That's what I'm saying. The 24th and 25th. Don't dick around. Go to the website. Do you have a Facebook page where they can go and they
Yeah.
can check it out as well?
Richmond Brunch Weekend.
Easy enough. Instagram.
Richmond Brunch.
Look at this. Okay. Twitter.
Richmond Brunch.
Boom. They've got all their bases
Nailed
covered.
it.
I love
Basically a drop.
Do we have
Richmond Brunch.
we have Snapchat?
We do not have Snapchat.
We should do that though.
Why?
We have an Instagram story.
There you
you
go. See, that's
Same
that's
thing.
better. That's better than checking in on Snapchat. I'm with you. So this is, I think
No, you're
everyone
not.
needs to go. No, I'm not. I don't have Snapchat at all. I'm like, I think that's what you do. You check in or some shit.
I don't know.
No, but absolutely, if you guys are out there, go into these places. frequent them. Do the double. I like the idea of the double brunch. I think I'm going to try to
I think
pull
we
that
can pull
off.
that off.
I think we can pull that off especially because we can outsource between the three of us. I'm already finding loopholes for the gift cards.
That's fair.
But do you need to have a picture to prove you were there? Is that kind of okay? So that is one of the stipulations. Take a picture.
Post it on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, as long as we can find it with the hashtag RVA Double Brunch, and it needs to be public.
Gotcha.
Good point.
We're not Russia.
Don't keep that to yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not Russia. We can't just see what you're doing.
Yeah.
Well, that is awesome, man. Thank you guys so much for coming in and promoting it. You guys are doing a great thing. This is I love when you're able just to turn drinking and eating into a way to raise money for a really good cause. I feel like that's like all of the charities we support, like somehow find a way to tie like our vices into raising money for charity.
Yep.
And it's awesome. I'm so happy to hear that you guys have taken it from 23 to 34 to 43 now. I mean, it's explosive growth, and there's only so many places that even serve brunch. So you're hitting all of them. I mean, it's a finite amount of places you can reach. So the only thing you have to do next is to branch out. I mean, you have to just keep growing. It might not be RVA Brunch Weekend. It might just turn into Brunch Weekend.
Yes.
And
That'd
that
be
would
cool.
be
Or more than one a year.
Do you want to start planning?
No.
We do want to get you to come back in when you know the final dollar amount, so we
Yes.
can
No,
see
we'd
where
love
you
to,
did
yeah.
compared to last year.
You see how we operate here, right? Like, that's about all you're getting at us.
yeah, we'll show up. We'll eat. We'll drink.
Yeah.
We'll go to Social 52. We'll put in our time because we're all in.
No,
on
we
this.
appreciate you. We're always encouraging the restaurants to come out and do like more unique stuff. So having you all at Social 52 is definitely a
awesome.
draw.
Yeah, we're excited to go and do it and just kind of be amongst the brunch weekend people. I hope
With
we
our
do get
fans.
to see the trolley. That would be cool if we're actually there.
Yeah,
when
that'd
the-
be
when
neat.
The
I
trolley
know the trolley
happens.
starts at 11 and 11:30, so
There's two
two
what's
flights
the-
of it.
Yeah, people going through. Whatever you call that.
2
Well-
tours.
Yeah.
There you
back
go.
to back.
Well, if anybody from the show wants to reach out to them, hit them up on the Facebook page and let them know you're going out. I'm sure you'd love to hear from people
Definitely.
who are going out and getting their brunch, getting their drink on. I would recommend the Andre. It's certainly not worth stepping up to the $25 bottle of champagne. Next time we'll try a $100 bottle of champagne, see if it.
Yeah, you guys definitely are going to do that, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sure
we'll
thing.
let you know. It's expensive taste.
We can get our
Well,
guy from the
Venmo
RV
you-
park to send it in.
We'll Venmo you half the cost.
Yeah, speaking of the guy from the RV park, or gal, I do
Yeah.
not know who this mystery person is, but a package showed up
We got your package.
yesterday.
Hold on.
So
How'd that sound?
yes, we got your package. We know what's in the box.
What's in the box?
So next week we will actually have a double deli. I'm very excited about. We'll get to test 2 different San Diego beers.
Yeah.
That came in, and I think he or she actually already named it. It's the San Diego bonus week. Will be next week,
That's right.
so we'll get 2 delis out of it. And that's the only clue I know. It was written inside of the box. San
We'll talk
Diego
more about it
bonus
next episode.
Yeah, we'll
so-
talk about it next week. So thank you, mystery person. We'll be talking to you in particular next week. But for this week, Dad, thank you so much for coming in.
Hey, anytime, and I'll bring the same disgusting story every time I come. All right,
Good.
You can count on me.
I certainly respect that you're willing to talk about it. And Sarah, you got to meet your hero in
Yes.
the flesh. It's very exciting. Sara and Cazey, thank you both so much for coming out. If you guys haven't had a chance to go over and check out their blog, As Told Over Brunch, I highly recommend it. It's always a good, entertaining read. And you kind of get to just see what's going on in their lives. And obviously, you guys are all voyeurs. You wouldn't be listening to our lives.
Yeah.
So go check it out and do your best to support RVA Brunch Weekend. Do you guys have anything else you want to plug before we...
Grab a brunch bar.
Yeah.
Definitely. Those
If there's any left after I get there.
And thank you guys for having us, and thank you for everyone that supports Richmond Brunch Weekend.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yes,
Cheers.
absolutely. Cheers, guys. We will be talking to you very soon. If you haven't had a chance to review us, please do over at iTunes. Give us the 5-star. You can tell us, I know it's not working. It's a pain in the ass. I get it. It sucks. Keep trying, though. The reviews do help us. If you want to reach out to us on Twitter or Instagram, it's at ITPH Podcast. Or you can always reach out to us on the Facebook page. If you have topics for us, always a good place to send them is the Gmail account, which is insidethepalatehouse@gmail.com. You can also try Inside the Palate House at prodigy.com, but we do not check that one
Nearly
as often.
enough.
Yeah. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll be talking to you next week. Cheers.
Cheers.
with Andre.
Yes.
That was a pretty good podcast, don't you think?